Hello, knockouts. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. All right, so we're doing something a little bit different today. What we're doing is we're going to be going live on both YouTube and Facebook. Quarantining together, quarantining together. And so I'm giving you all a few moments to come on in. I'm getting ready to set up the quarantine for the I see. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're getting ready to set up the footage on the Facebook page. So let's see. All right. Let's see how we can get this done so we can do both at the same time. So come on in, come on in. The Facebook requires a little bit more setting up. So I have to do like video footage, feed, and all that other stuff. So give me a second. Let me do that. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are quarantining together. And so, oh my goodness, let me cut this out. Let me see. Let me delete this. Delete. Yes. And let's see. Hi, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to be doing a call in today. We're going to be doing a call in today. So give me just 1 second. Give me just 1 second. I'm setting up the Facebook. So just go get yourself together. We're going to be talking about how you're doing today. Okay, so this is our first series of the quarantine with me. All right, so here we go. I feel like I am like a fish out of water. I wanted to set this up in a second, but I needed to get on really quickly because I already sent out the message on the mailing list. So I was like, let me do that right now. And you know what? I have to update my software because it's not cooperating with me. So since you all are the first ones here, welcome in, welcome in. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I'm a life coach and I specialize in self-love. My channel is pretty much all about exemplifying what self-love looks like for Black women in relationships. So we react to viral video topics and we use those as the platform from which we teach our self-love lessons. So there's a lot of people that don't really understand what's going on here, but there are many people who do get it. And so we don't typically break down Caucasian relationships. Because like there was some people who were like, why are you not going as hard for Harvey Weinstein and Tom Hanks and all this other stuff, but it's just that's not my targeted audience or my demographic. It's not really what it is that we do here. So the phone number that you're going to be using to call in is going to be 323-488-3149. But give me a few moments to set all of that up. I'm launching the software right now. As a matter of fact, you know what? While I'm launching this, let me go ahead and get that software up and running as well so that we could open up for some phone calls. Welcome in, everybody. Yesterday we cooked pizza together. The pizza was really good. I'm going to put up, oh goodness. I'm going to put up a photo of the pizza on my Instagram. I was going to do it last night, but it was so late. And I was like, you know what? It'll probably do better in the morning because I don't want people to think I'm eating late. You know what I'm saying? So give me 1 second. I am getting the phone line set up. The video software is updating. So how are you all doing out there? I hope everybody is fine. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're just coming in, that's good. We are just getting started. I'm still setting things up, so just give me a moment on that. Oh, I am not doing the right thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Now I'm doing the right thing. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Give me just a moment while I set up the phone line. The phone number is 323-488-3149. 3149. The phone line is open. Let me just work on the video for Facebook right now. Okay, so that software is updated. Let me see. Let me delete this. Delete, yes. And let me see if I can create a live stream. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I don't know how to make a live stream. Oh, it's doing it. Okay. All right. It's doing it. It's doing it. Okay. It's doing it. It's not looking so hot over there because the light is over here. So let me see if I can move this closer so that we could get some light. Okay. So now I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like this going back and forth. Okay. So give me a second. I'm still trying to set this up. Let's see. All right. Use custom audio device, configure video, configure crossbar, resolution, video format, color space, buffering, flip vertically. So let me see. This one, so let me ask you all a question. Can you see the writing? Does this look like it's going the right way or the wrong way? Tell me whether or not you could read this that says self-love, or is it backwards? Tell me if it's backwards. Hey, Kevin, welcome, welcome. So Kita is fine. She misses seeing her dad in Brooklyn. Oh, poor baby. So it's the right way. Okay, so I need to flip this vertically. Let's see. Oh, no, not vertically. It needs to be flipped horizontally because vertical is not the right way. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. So let me do the okay. Let me make this large. Let me, all right, let me do the configuration. It was good yesterday. It was not dramatic. It was perfect. It was perfect. Okay, so let's continue to go forward. Let me delete the old key, add the new key, go next, go, let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. But the phone lines are open, so let's see. We're just testing the bandwidth real quick. If you're just getting in, don't worry. We're just about to get started right now, so don't worry. We're just getting started. Okay, apply settings. And my resolution is going to be so low for Facebook. All right. So let me start the streaming onto Facebook. Let me close this extra window. Go over to my Facebook page. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cross post to my other page as well. So click to save that. All right. Allow embedding. Let's see. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're good. It looks like we can go. All right. So let's go live. Let's go live on Facebook. All right. Let's go. Hey, everybody. So Kita wants to travel. So that's what you're missing. I was missing pizza. You know what? I was brought to tears the other day while watching. What was I watching? I was watching Chef Gordon Ramsay. All right, so welcome in, everyone. Welcome. For those of you who are joining me in live on Facebook, we are doing a simulcast on YouTube and Facebook. So when you see me looking this way, you know, say I can see your writing. So hello, Nicole. And if you see me looking this way, then you know I'm looking at the YouTube one. So we're going to be doing a live show, Quarantine with Me. This is episode number 1. And we are just checking in to see how you are doing. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Juana. So if you're from my mailing list, because I put up a message on my mailing list to meet me over here, put up the 1. If you're from my mailing list, put up a 1. I want to see how many people have come over who are personally subscribed to me. So make sure that you are subscribed to TonyaTKO.com/subscribe. And Jaquil is saying, perdóname, ¿puedes repetir el número de teléfono nuevamente? So, por favor, puedes de leer el sujeto del video porque el número está allí, está allá, enfrente de todo el mundo. Por favor, ver otra vez. The telephone number is published inside of the subject of the video on YouTube. It is 323-488-3149. And let's see. There's no sound. Lord have mercy. The people on Facebook say that they do not have any sound. So let me go to my, okay. All right, hello, what about now? Do we have sound on Facebook? Let me know if we have sound on Facebook. Okay, people like, she just a talking. I know, right? So listen, let me know. If you can see this, if you can hear the sound on Facebook, put up the number 2. Put up a number 2 if you can hear the sound. Okay. All right. So we got Sharon in the house. We got Tanisha, Andrea. Okay. We got Miranda, Andrele. All right. So listen, I'm letting you all know that we are going live on both platforms. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. So when you see me looking this way, you know that I can see your comments on Facebook. When you see me looking this way, you know that I can see your comments on YouTube. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be, this is kind of like, I'm in an audience. I'm on the stage now. I'm like, I have an audience. I have to look all around and tell them and, point at the people. So listen, so what we're going to do is we're checking in, we're quarantining together. We are locked down. We are hunkered in and we are staying in our homes because we are staying safe and COVID free, right? We are taking care of ourselves by taking care of ourselves, and we're taking care of our neighbors by taking care of ourselves as well. Okay, so let's do this, everyone, okay? Trying to get the shine away from under my eyes. So, all right, so listen, we're going to open up the phone lines. The telephone number is 323-488-3149. Y hay una persona que está escribiendo en español, pero cuando tú vas a llamar, necesitas de hablar en inglés, porque todo el mundo aquí habla en inglés. So if you're going to call in, please, you do know that you have to speak English when you call in because most of the people here are English speakers, okay? Most of the people here are English speakers. So when you call in, you must be speaking English because there was a person who was writing talking about por perdóname, por favor, put up the number otra vez. But, when you call in, you have to speak. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? I didn't said the phone lines was open, but I did not have them up. Oh my gracious, I'm slipping. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm missing phone calls. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm sitting here wondering why the phone ain't ringing. We're gonna try that again. So listen, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bugging out. Listen, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Let me get this completely set up. I'm sorry for the people who had called in. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared. Let me disconnect and then reconnect to the audio source again. You hear that? Now the audio is on. Now, listen, I don't know what's going on with me. All right. So let's make sure that we are good now, okay? So give me 1 second, everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, this is live. Tanya Spencer, it's live. We're live right now. And the phone lines are open. Not only are we live, but the phone lines are open, so you get to talk to me live. Okay? All right. Oh, somebody mentioned self-care leveling up. For those of you who are new to my platform, this is my book, the Book of Affirmations, Self-Love, and it's a beautiful and easy way to be able to get your affirmations in. They seem very simple, but I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and each one of these affirmations are written in such a way to be able to rewrite, completely rewire your whole subconscious psyche to reattune you for self-love. So get the book. It's available on Amazon right now. It's a $20 book. And what you get from this book, the amount of money that you make, the love that you bring into your life, all of that is worth far more than $20. How much would you give for more self-love and more confidence? Would you trade $20 for it? I sure would. This book has made me tens of thousands of dollars last year alone. This book, I'm not talking about from the sales of it. I'm talking about from implementing the affirmations and being able to stay up and be able to stay thriving. So this is a way that you can support me and yourself at the same time. The book is on Amazon right now. Just search for Tonya TKO, Self-Love on Amazon, and the book will come right up. You know what? I've been trying to get the book on Amazon's UK. I have not been able to get it up in the UK yet, but now is probably a good time that I should work on something like that. All right, so the phone lines are open. I'm sorry to the people whose calls I missed, but they are open right now. So Wanda is saying that money is too soft for her right now. So listen, honey, I feel you. I feel you. And you know what? It is an investment. I would tell you that I didn't start doing the affirmations when I had enough money. I started doing the affirmations when I needed money, when I was living in my car. And I started doing the affirmations because I needed and I wanted something different. I needed to be able, because I didn't know how I was going to get out of my car. I didn't know how I was going to rise from that situation. And if you want to talk about money being soft, but my money was rubbery. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's see, sorry about that. Okay, listen, try back again. Try back again. I'm sorry. For the people who tried calling in, please try back again. I can't answer from my mobile phone. 323-488-3149. So we are live right now. And so 323-488-3149. I wish somebody could, if I could have somebody on Facebook who could 323-488-3149. So we're talking about anything. There's really no agenda besides the agenda of being quarantined together. That's it. That's really all. Oh, Veronica Ebele is here, my girl from Abuja, who did not come out to see me when I was in Abuja. But Veronica is here. So thank you to those who, so I know that she's from my mailing list. So let me do the survey again. If you got the notification from my mailing list, put up the number 1. Put up the number 1 if you got the notification from my mailing list. I want to see how many people are here from the mailing list. All right, so welcome in, everyone. Okay, so we got Diamond, Ori, and Phillips. Okay, keep going. Facebook is a little delayed from the YouTube feed. We got Kalina, Dawn, I am. We got Raj. Raj is in the house. I love your name, Raj. That was the name of a tiger in this movie. We got Nisi coming in on Facebook. Thankful. Again, I am Serene. Put up her thing. Nisi's the only one for Facebook. Okay, we got Tanya Spencer. All right. Douglas. We got Douglas in the house. We got Hey Creative. We're taking a poll right now. Miranda San. Okay, somebody's asking, how do you join the mailing? We got Richie Rich over here. So you join the mailing list by going to www.TonyaTKO.com/subscribe. TonyaTKO.com/subscribe. We got the YouTube notifications gang over here. But anybody who knows Tonya TKO, you know that I'm controversial at times. And we got Hope coming in on the mailing list, Elizabeth. I'm controversial at times. And if you want to be able to stay up with me, regardless of what platform I'm on, if you want to get notifications about events like this coming up, make sure that you are on my personal mailing list. You are on live with Tonya TKO on both Facebook and YouTube, honey. Welcome in. What's your name?
Hi, this is Pam from California.
We
How
got
are you?
we got Pammy from Cali in the house. Hey Pammy. We're doing good.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Make sure that your computer is turned off and that you're listening to me through the phone because that is the best way to be able to stay in sync. All right. So welcome in Pammy from Cali. So what's your topic for right now with the quarantining in?
Well, with the quarantine, I do not like to give too much attention to it. I'm kind of with overload with information.
Okay.
And so I just do my prayers and hope that everybody listens to the guidance for the quarantine and stays healthy.
Okay, but if everybody is ignoring the news, how are we going to listen?
Good point. Well, I'm not exactly ignoring the news. I only limit myself to a certain amount a day.
Okay, okay, all right. So let me ask people out there, how are you all feeling with the amount of news that you're getting? If you are overwhelmed from all of the news that you're getting in, put up a 3. If the amount of news is if you need more news, put up a 5. And if the news is just right, put up a 4. So we got 3, 4, 5. Just right is 4, too much is 3, and need more is 5. So we got 3. Come on, put those numbers up. We're doing our survey. All right. Okay. Well, how are you and your family doing now during the quarantine?
Really great. Really great. It just so happens that we're all in different spaces physically, but we are staying connected with telephone and Zoom.
Okay.
So everything's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Listen, for
yeah.
those of you who are using Zoom, I beg you, no, pull your punani out. Don't put your privates on Zoom because you know people in their long distance relationships and they're quarantined away because people have been hacking Zoom feeds. So no, pull your punani out. Okay, keep your pum pum in that door.
I agree.
Okay, I'm just letting you all know what's going on out in these streets. All right, well, Pam, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. It's good to talk with you, Tanya. Bye.
Okay, bye bye. All right, so that is the word right there. Listen, people are hacking Zoom feeds. Zoom doesn't have the type of infrastructure to be able to offset all of the demand because you know now that we're quarantining, everybody is on Zoom. But you got to be careful before you put your pum pum out there because you listen. Then your partner might not be the only person watching. So you are on live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Woodland from Miami.
Hey, we got my oh Lord, we got Miami in the house. You all saw the video that I put
Yes.
up of those young adults that were on the damn beaches down in Miami who wouldn't take their asses home, and now they coughing and sputuming all over people. So hi Miami on the house. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, and you? How's everything up in New York?
You know, it's a situation up here. It's a
I
situation
can
up here.
imagine.
I can imagine it's the situation down there, but all of those people who were transient down there on the doggone beaches were the ones who come up around here coughing on people.
Miami, I don't know. I tell people, when they have their kids in college, tell them do not come to Miami Beach, especially if they're black, because that is not the place you want to be. Whether it's a coronavirus or not, because the cops are very, very, very ruthless. So you might want to go
Let me
to
hold
a
on.
northern beach.
Hold on. Let me ask a doggone question. We're gonna do another survey. We're gonna do another survey. To the parents out there, if you can get your teen over the age of 17 to listen to you, put oh, why you laughing already? Why you laughing? I said, why you laughing? If you could get
So
your
that's to your
teen
point.
over the age of 17 to do what you want them to do, put up the number 6. If you can't, Put up the number 7. I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from the people, because you talk about tell your young adults not to go down there. We talk about college students over the age of 17. So we got Vieta got the magic touch in her house. She getting them to wait. No, 7 is you don't get them. Okay, so okay, listen, listen. So come on now. How you listen? We got the listen. You got young
I ain't got
adults.
no kids yet.
Okay.
But I would tell them, please don't go down there. I would rather pay the money to go to another beach than South Beach, Miami Beach. It's crazy. And like the kids said, if they gonna die, they rather die having fun. I don't agree with it, but what can you do?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So you can't control. You can't. Once they start growing the little curling coursies, once they start growing the little course and curlies, it's a countdown. It's a countdown before they start going crazy. I would say, let me ask the parents out there, at what age did your precious little angel who loved you so much, your precious little angel that the stork brought, and you brought this little bundle of joy from the hospital, when they looked up at you with wide eyes of love, at what age did those eyes turn down and then look up at you, and they were a completely different person, and you don't know who the hell this human was that's living in your house? At what age did they turn on you? What age? What age? What age was it? I need to know. I need to know what age. Because at some point, something goes awry. I don't know what is in the, I don't know. I don't know what is in the testosterone or the progesterone, but something happens.
But now it's getting worse. These kids, they have the technology, it's just getting worse.
What you gonna do?
Every generation.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right. So what's your word for today? Oh Lord, somebody's as young as 14 that turned on them. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Oh no. Kalina's saying 11, but checked quickly. Okay. All right. Well, listen, have you passed the milestone of 16 yet? They call it a sweet 16. But I don't know. I don't know. So tell us, what's your word for Miami right now?
Miami, stay home. I don't know why there's traffic during the lockdown. We have a mandated lockdown finally since last week Wednesday, but still there's still traffic. If you are an Instacart worker, be careful. Make sure you have your gloves, your cloth mask, because these little play masks ain't doing nothing. Okay.
The cute ones with the rhinestones on it. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. It ain't gonna help out.
Okay, got you.
Okay, and turn up at your house. Stay home. Stay home.
Okay. So that's the word from Miami Beach herself, talking about stay home, stay home. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so for the people who want to text me your answers, please don't text your answers. Go to one of the platforms, either YouTube or Facebook, and write your answers in there. But do not text your answers, please. First of all, writing in the comments builds engagement. It builds community. Writing, hiding behind and trying to text, that doesn't do it. So come on. And that includes all platforms that you contact off of YouTube or Facebook. Contact in the comments. So Trump said a handkerchief. Okay, until people start putting red and blue handkerchiefs over their face, and then it's going to be another problem. So listen. All right, the phone number is 323. Okay, so Rain is saying, I miss your vitamin E. Somebody is about to get blocked. My channel is not the channel for you to be promoting your product. It's not. So don't get yourself blocked on my platform. especially if your product is related to COVID-19. This is not the time for you to be promoting your MLMs on my platform, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. So nonetheless, and so someone is saying it's difficult to follow. The video keeps freezing. So the video over here is freezing. Okay, let me close some of my windows. Let me close some of my windows. Make sure some of my windows are closed. I'm sorry. I'm doing the best that I can, but you know, I'm doing 2 live broadcasts at the same time, so that's probably why we're having some issues. Oh my gracious! I done lost my thing. All right, give me just 1 second. I'm trying. I don't know if can we do 2 broadcasts at once? Let's see. Let's see. All right. So I closed my window. Let me see. Okay. I'm still receiving private messages which are covering my screen, which is why I asked not to. Nonetheless, let me try to find I need to find my. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix this so that we are not freezing anymore. Oh, Lord, I've lost my thing. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I got to get back to my page on Facebook. It's just I don't think the bandwidth can really carry two live broadcasts. But, you know, oh, you know what? If I change my thing to my phone and then just use the broadcast, use the thing over here, then maybe, let's see. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I don't know how to get to my live studio. Yeah, it is freezing.
But now it's getting worse. These kids, they have the technology.
Oh, Lord. The Facebook is way behind us over here. It's just so much. It's difficult. Okay. I'm trying to find my live studio. And it keeps freezing on Facebook. So I don't know if we're going to have to stop the Facebook feed then. I'm trying, but we may have to stop the Facebook feed. I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm trying though. I'm trying. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So I'm trying. Give me 1 second. I'm trying. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to my page. I'm trying, so let's go back. All right, so listen, we're going to open up the phones for the next caller. I'm sorry if we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. But what I might do is I might turn off the Wi-Fi from here. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on here. And then we'll just use the Wi-Fi for the laptop. All right. I'm going to pause the Facebook stream real quick let's pause this real quick. And then let's try to work this out. All right. So I know, right? P. Davis is like, can they come to YouTube? Well, you know, everybody has a different platform. So, you know, some people prefer Facebook. Some people are not signed up with YouTube so that they can't comment on YouTube. So they prefer to comment on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to, all right, so now we are on cell phone data over there, and we're going to try again on Facebook. So let's try again on Facebook. Oh, it stopped the broadcast on Facebook. Jeez Louise. Ugh. All right. We're going to try again. We're going to try again. It was not supposed to do that, but you know, it happens. I need to stop this. All right. Sorry, everyone. We're going to try again. Okay. I got to put the key back in again. All right. So get ready to call in. If you are already ready, just keep your fingers near the phone because we are going to get this set up again. No. Oh, damn it. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I need to share to a page and then cross post to Tonya TKO TV, save. And I need to get my stream key again, copy. Give me just 1 second. Let me go back and then paste in the new stream key. Next, yes, configure. Hello, Breeze or Bree from Puerto Rico. Hey, Raf, how are you doing? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Raf, did you stay till the final pizza yesterday? All right, so the settings are applied. Let's get the stream. Let's start the stream and let's change our settings because it was not supposed to end once the stream stopped. It wasn't supposed to end. But allow viewers to rewind. Okay, so let's see. Allow viewers to rewind. There we go. And then so we're going to go live back on Facebook again. And then see if this is better. So Raf was working out. Okay, listen, I hear you. You said you had to go because you was working out. Plus, you didn't want to see all of that yummy pizza that we ended up with anyway. All right, so welcome back in. Welcome in, everyone. We are live again. We were just live a few moments ago, but the stream got interrupted. There was a little bit of breakage in the stream footage. So we decided to come back out live again. We are broadcasting both on Facebook and YouTube. So when you see me looking here, you know I can see your comments on Facebook. If you see me looking here, I can see your comments on YouTube. All right, so we are live. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Sorry about that. It was breaking up before. So what I ended up doing was I turned off the Wi-Fi from the phone and I'm using Wi-Fi on the laptop only. So the stream should be a little bit better. The phone number to call in is 323-488-3149. All right. And so I saw something today that was a little bit disturbing. We don't have a topic for today. We're just I was going to say free balling, but many of us don't have balls. Let's see, what can we use? Freewheeling. We're just freewheeling it, right? So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I saw something that was a little disturbing earlier today. I saw a famous rapper, black guy, who had young ladies were black, not even all young, but black women were twerking, taking off their clothes in order to get this man to follow them back or shout them out or whatever. It was very disturbing. And I got into a conversation with a friend of mine about it. And I was like, you know, as a self-love specialist, this is really against everything that I stand for. You know, and he was basically like, oh, that doesn't mean that they don't love themselves. And I was like, I didn't say that they didn't love themselves, but that is not really expressing your worth right there. So welcome. You are on the air live with Tonya and the Knockouts. What's your name? Well. I guess the call dropped. All right. Phone number to call in is 323-488-3149. We are just freewheeling it today. We do not have a particular topic. So we are just freewheeling, just going with the flow. That's what we're doing. We're going with the flow. Okay, let's see if we could grab it. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name? Make sure you turn down your computer.
Oh yes, I have it turned down. Hey Tanya, my name is Elle. I'm calling you from Atlanta. I know exactly what video you're talking about. And the young
Okay.
ladies who were asking, you know what? I can't. Okay, it's beyond just the quarantine. It comes, like you said, down to self love because they're not expressing their self love, obviously, and this is just bringing it more to the forefront.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't really know about whether or not, because for some people, taking ownership of your body is a form of self-love. Doing what it is that you choose to with your body is a form of self-love. So I'm kind of on the fence. I need to be convinced whether or not that is a lack of self-love or not. But I will say high value is twerking or taking your clothes off on the internet for a toxic rapper exhibiting high value characteristics. I don't know. I don't think that that really exhibits your
I don't
full
think
worth.
so at all. No, no. If you had value for yourself, you wouldn't be allowing people to look at you and see you doing whatever for nothing, basically, because what are they doing? They're basically counting the females. Like they're really trolling them just to see who's gonna be, I feel like, kind of slow enough, stupid enough, gullible enough to do that kind of thing. Because the average woman who really has self-worth and values herself, it's
Okay.
not gonna do that. Let's just be honest.
Oh, well, you know what? Listen, I will say this, right? I will say this because I'm still on the fence. I need to be convinced. I need to be convinced. So, because you're in Atlanta, the strip club capital of the US, and there
Yes.
are lots of empowered women who are working in the club, who have agency of their own bodies, who are doing what it is that they choose to do. However, twerking for a like, I don't know. I don't
Right.
know.
That's what I get. I thought that's exactly why I said what I said. Because even if you still, have self love and you're sexually free and you don't see anything wrong with that, these women are doing it for like a business. You know what I mean? That's really honestly, they're using their body for entrepreneurship. Is what that is. But just this, like, what are you gaining?
Well,
Like, you're literally
let's,
just
because you
doing
know
it for
what,
nothing.
and
Because
this
what is the
is,
life?
so listen, I like to present both sides of the argument. So let's flip it, okay? Let's flip it. So you and I'm on the fence, right? I want you to flip your argument and argue the opposite side of it, please. This is what we used to do when for debate team. You have to be able to argue both sides of the argument. So I want you to flip your argument. Tell me your name again.
I'm L.
L. Okay, L, I want you to flip your argument. I want you to argue the other side of it because it doesn't make any sense for us to stay stuck and stagnant in our own positions without considering other people's positions as well. So I want you to flip and argue the other side, okay? Come on, L.
Well, I no, I mean, I think to a certain degree, if you are someone who wants to do that, then that's fine, and you don't see anything wrong with it, and you are, like I said, more sexually free than other people,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like, hey, it's my body, I have a choice, I can show it, I cannot show it, I can do whatever it is that I want to do with it. I mean, I completely understand and respect that. I just, feel like overall, just the
No,
respectability
listen,
of it
we not
is life. I
backtracking
don't.
on our flip position. So I want you to argue the opposite position, L. Let's stretch our muscle, stretch your muscle, and argue the opposite position. I
Yeah,
want you
no,
to tell
I
me.
guess that's probably hard for me personally. I'm gonna be honest because I can't make it make sense.
Listen,
Like
but
for
so you
me,
see, so then part of the issue is inelasticity. And what ends up happening is you end up preaching to the choir of like-minded people around you and really getting cemented in your own point of view without being able to see that there are obviously people out there who have a differing point of view than you. So I'm just saying I can be on the fence about this, but if you cannot argue both sides of this argument, then you probably shouldn't argue any side of the argument because you're only looking at it through your own lens. And at that point, you begin to proselytize your point of view onto other people, and you lose people that way because people don't want to be preached at. So I want you to stretch your muscle and work it out with me. I'm going to give you one more chance to argue the opposite side of it. And anybody else who wants to call in, I want you to be able to stretch your muscle as well and be able to be called to task if I ask you to argue the opposite side. So come on, argue the opposite side, L. One more chance.
Okay, so I don't know. I really don't. Outside of saying like maybe they're just bored or this is just what they do all the time, I really don't. I don't know how to argue the other side. I don't. So
Okay, well, I'll show you. I'll show you how to argue the other side of it, because because when we become inelastic, we stop ourselves from being able to learn, and it doesn't make any sense to argue anything if you've stopped yourself from even being open to the fact that there may be another point of view out there. You know what I mean? We begin to get really rigid. So I'll argue the other side of it. You know, dancing on the internet, expressing, because this could be a person who may have been shy or self-conscious about their body, and now they're able to rise up that sexual energy and put that on display and be able to own her sexuality and own her power, whether she decides to sell it for $100 or whether she decides to give it as whether she decides to grace someone with the fluidity of her femininity. You know, if we can't see the other person's point of view, then it doesn't make any sense to enter into any argument, because the you have to beat a person down. Excuse me, let me retract that. You have to overcome a person with logic, and in order to be able to overcome their argument, you have to be able to see and really feel their argument as well. Thank you so much for calling in, Elle.
Thank you. You have a good
I
one.
love you. Bye-bye. Okay. So Wanda is saying, does she really quote unquote own it if it's on the internet forever for free? Self-exploitation. So what ends up happening is, if you can argue both sides, then you can start logically crossing things off the list. So when you can cross things off of the list, that's when you can start getting closer and closer to truth. Because remember when we came out and we were talking about the trans issue, and there were a lot of people who were angry at me for even exploring thought on the trans issue. And it's like, if you can't be able to logically see both sides of the argument, then you can't argue the argument. You can't narrow it down for truth. You cannot get closest to truth if you can't see both sides of the argument. Okay? So we have L. Jackson is saying, yeah, is L the same person who was just on the phone? I don't have to argue the other side. That's for people who feel that way. Let them argue for it, LOL. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You know, it's like, listen, like how people, I'm going to tell you this one thing. The one thing that you don't see in those apocalypse movies, hey, everybody on Facebook, hey, everybody on YouTube, if you're just coming in, we're having a free open conversation right now. One of the things that you don't see in those apocalypse movies, because you see everybody talking about, oh, we got to listen. Oh, people don't listen. No, the one thing that you don't see are the people who's like, go ahead, mother effer, do what you want to do. I'm going to survive. Do what you want to do, but I know that I'm going to survive. Listen, I had to go on a grocery store run the other day, right? So listen, you know what? Let's talk about that in a second, right? But the one thing that I will say just about that whole thing right there, right, is we got to allow people to be who they choose to be. I have people who write to me and they're like, I'm going out, I'm living my life, I'm doing my thing. And I'm like, do you, boo? I'm doing what it is that I need to do to survive, because I'm going to tell you all a secret. Listen and hear me good, right? There's a part of me that feels that this is biological warfare. There's a part of me that feels that we are being specifically targeted. There's a part of me that feels that we are being specifically targeted, right? And with that being said, I'm not going to allow you to kill me just because you want me dead. launch your chemicals, launch them. But I'm going to do what I need to do for me. So if there's some person out there who's like, this a hoax, I'm going to run outside, catch me if you can. No. Mm-mm. Do what you do you. And you go and take yourself out of the equation if you want to. And I'm going to do me. And somebody's asking me, what do I think about 5G? 5G has been around for 5G has been around for I think China had gotten 5G in last year. I honestly do believe that this is a virus. There's so many of us who, I mean, we don't know, we can only speculate, but there's a lot of people out there who are like, oh, this is five. I personally, we've been hearing about depopulation for what? Floyd, but hold on, what? Hold on. We've been hearing about depopulation for a minute now. Wanda, do you want to call in? Oh no, who was that? Kimon, do you want to call in? The phone number to call in, you can call in live right now, is 323-488-3149. And let me read this thing because she says, did I hear about Floyd Mayweather's daughter stabbed a woman for a man? And so Shark is asking, are you looking at two cameras, one on Facebook and one on YouTube? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hey guys, name's Frank, middle-aged Italian, bottom.
All right, so don't play. I mean, we don't have the time, the capacity for it. I understand there's people who like to play, but I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. So telephone lines are open. Look, you come on my lines, you play one time, your number gets blocked one time. I don't play that type of mess. You know what I mean? You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hello, it's Ruff from New York.
Hi, welcome
City.
in,
How are you?
Rob. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There is no topic today. We're just shooting the breeze. We're freewheeling it today.
We've been talking about so many interesting things.
Yeah, so whatever it is that you want to jump in on, come and jump in on it.
I wanted to speak to you personally and hear your voice and just listen to how you're feeling and hope that you're okay. You're an inspiration to many people, and it's been tough for me. I hope it's been pretty good for you.
Yeah, you know what? It gets tough for me, but I pull out the book of affirmations, self-love.
Oh, yes.
Have you been using your book?
I'm almost finished with mine. You'll be very proud.
Okay, and so what difference has the book made inside your life?
So the affirmations stay with you, just like anything you study, it stays with you, and you can refer to it at any time throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cabinet, so you just open it up and you go to the right file you need. So if I'm feeling weak and I can't accomplish this task, I'm just not looking forward to it right now, you draw the string. So I tell myself, I'm a force, I'm a force. If you're going to meet people, in the future, not right now, you tell yourself that I'm an attractive flower, people are attracted to me, I'm a beautiful flower.
Yes.
You know
what? Thank you so much, because you're right. It becomes like a part of your mental Rolodex. That's what I'm saying. It rewrites your subconscious programming. So the book is available. The book is available right now on Amazon. And it rewrites it. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and I wrote those affirmations to be able to rewire your brain and attune you for success. So absolutely. So I was getting a little overwhelmed at first, because remember, it's been 5 months. It's been 5 months since I've been back in Cali.
Oh yeah. Your feet have barely been on American soil.
Yeah. So as soon as exactly. As soon as I came back in from Nigeria, I'm chilling out in New York for a little bit. And then boom, I went to go get certified to become a matchmaker. And then that weekend, everything was shut down in New York. And I have to admit, listening to Trump talking about, oh, there's only 15 people, this is going to go away. I was carrying on.
I'm sorry. I'm so disappointed in you for listening to him.
Well,
remember when we were hanging out? Like March 9th or 10th, we went out around the city, and I was already on edge. And that was the week I stopped going to class. because I just knew it was going to escalate. I can't trust anything that man says. You know, he's just trying to calm down the sheep, but they're unprepared. They're not listening to reason. And I mean, I'm sorry, but he's trying to make us go back out to the field. Did you hear him? America wants to work. By April, by Easter, we'll all be back to normal. Are you kidding me?
I know. You know what? At that point, I thought I was going to have to leave the United States.
It's just between you and us. That's still an option. You know, everybody needs a plan B. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, listen, I started preparing years ago. I went and I applied for dual citizenship. So I'm not going down with no ship. I ain't going down with the ship. I have dual citizenship and I ain't going down with the ship. I'm not. Listen, I ain't going to say everything, but if I need to go, I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Because when he said that he's going to open back up the country by Easter, I was like, we ain't ready. We ain't ready.
Wait, so I want to hear more about your experience in the last, just recently. So I know going out can be just dangerous because not everyone takes it seriously. I've barely been going out. I think I went out this weekend, Monday, whatever it was. And even walking down the street, people just don't keep their distance. People are oblivious.
Oh, I don't leave it up to other people for what they're gonna do with my life. So so we were talking about the apocalypse. So we are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. So if you see me looking either way, you know when I can see your comments on YouTube when I'm looking this way, I can see your comments on Facebook when I'm looking this way.
Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube.
And so we got Dr. Chris on Facebook. I wonder why some people prefer one platform over the other, but I don't know. But I'm providing the platform on both, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I went to I had to do a grocery store run because I brought enough groceries for 2 weeks, and the groceries would have lasted a month. But you know, with me eating a plant-based diet, I ran out of fresh veggies. So I love eating sauteed kale almost every single day. I don't know, it just
Oh yes.
It just does something for me.
Spinach is my thing.
So well, you know what? I can't really get down with spinach. It leaves a film on my teeth. I don't really know why, but
baby spinach. Oh no, baby spinach is so much easier. I'm the same way. You just saute it for a few seconds, a few minutes. It gets a little wilty and like salty. It's so delicious.
I can't with the spinach, but nonetheless, I'm glad that some people can. I don't know. It leaves a film on my teeth. I just can't. Right. But I do collard greens. I do collard greens and kale. So, but the greens, any greens you get are good. So nonetheless, so I went on a grocery store run the other day. And so this Caucasian couple tried to creep up on me online. And I said, please maintain your social distancing. And the guy was like, I did not think that we were close. I thought we were. I said, no, but I saw you moving. I was like, it's all good. No argument. I was like, I just said, just maintain our social distancing. That's all I said. Right? But he backed the hell out. And then there was this woman. Good. There was this woman who, you know, she was asking, I had just gotten me some chia seeds, right? And so she's asking the guy, the clerk who works there, oh, where are the chia seeds, right? And he's like, I don't know, he didn't know or whatever. And so I was like, they're right here. And the woman was like, where are they? Where are they? Because I'm trying to walk past because I don't want to be, because people are like animals at a watering hole at the grocery store. And I'm like, I really don't want to be around a whole bunch of people. So I'm walking and trying to move quickly because I have on a plastic face guard, right? Because I'm not trying to play this mess out here with these people, right? So then nonetheless, so because we had our little moment in the aisle where I pointed back and told her, because she was like, oh, I'm sorry, because I can't turn my neck real good. So I was just asking, right? And I was like, okay. So because we had our little moment, when all was said and done and we're packing up our groceries to go, because I didn't use the push cart at the grocery store. I came in with a big bag that I filled up with groceries. It was heavy as hell, but I got my workout on that day. I filled it up with groceries and I used my bag. I told the cashier, when you ring it up, just put it right back inside my bag. And he did, and I was happy. So I never touched a cart in the store. I'm over there trying to pack up my stuff. Here come the woman from the aisle. honey, make sure that you telling me, I don't remember what she was saying. She was like, make sure that you something so that you don't hurt your back. And I was like, please maintain your social distancing. I'm like, please maintain your social distancing. And she's like, well, I can't go nowhere because I'm already over here. And I was like, listen, I'm like, you know what? These people don't know me like that. And I know that if this was a true apocalypse, I'm not going to be like those people in The Walking Dead. I'm not going to be like them talking about, let's let people in. I'm not going to be like that. And I'm not going to be.
It's survival.
It's like it's either you or it's me, you know. And it's like, and I'm there with my niece too in the grocery store. So I'm like, who out here I need to punch in their throat to be able to get out of this grocery store? And I know that I'm not in, and I'm not going to say much more, but I know from my situation walking around without protection that I had a bit of protection on me that day. So I'm like, you don't want to try me. That's all I'm going to say. Because at the end of the day, these people out here who are like there was somebody on my YouTube page yesterday who was like, oh, I'm in New York too. They don't have pizza in New York where you are. And she's like, I go out for pizza and the pizza shop only lets two or four people in at a time and all this and the other.
What?
And I'm like a person who values their life is not going to risk their life over pizza. Because we don't have control over the supply and production chain of pizza, included but not limited to the boxes that the pizzas are put in. We don't know where those
prices are. We need to be able to be prepared and see months ahead, maybe a year ahead. Where are we? How are we going to survive? How are we going to make it? What if this goes out? What if we don't have this? We've been cooking every single night here. We've been ordering out from restaurants maybe like once a week for lunch or once a week for dinner, so like 2 times a week. But we just don't want to expose ourselves.
Yeah, and you know what? And this is what I'm saying. I don't trust the eating out because everybody has a different hygienic
level of
yes, they have a different hygienic awareness. And there's how many of you saw the video of the woman who's on the train with gloves on and she's eating French fries with gloves on?
Oh my God.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
I can imagine though.
And then so I'm going to say this, right? So on my 14th day, I was really craving pizza. And my niece was ordering some pizza. So I was like, okay. And then the pizza came and I realized just how many times, you open the box to open it. Then you take that same hand, you touch the pizza, and then you start eating. They said COVID. Exactly. They said COVID can stay on cardboard for up to 3 days. So what was the cardboard doing before it got to the pizza shop? What was the cardboard doing in the pizza shop?
On a pile in the floor, in the back of a pizza store.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about somebody breathing on it.
You're right.
Who was folding the pizza box together, talking about? You heard about the people
away in public.
Exactly.
But anything that's 6 feet within that person who has it, any surface, any object that we take home, touch, grab, like our hand passes over, we have a possible chance of infection.
Exactly. So, I'm washing my hands several times a day, but then I realized it's just not worth it because many of us out there, we have anxiety and all sorts of other things going on. So, especially now with COVID going on. So after I had the pizza on my 14th day, my chest started hurting. I was like, I was coughing. Right. I was like, oh, what's happening to me? I was like, is this it? Did I touch a box that was infected? But it turned out to be okay. It turned out to be okay.
Oh my God.
But I'm just saying, I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Not for pizza. So that's why I learned to make my own pizza.
I'm so proud of you. It's not still. I worked in an Italian restaurant. And we did pizza for a few months. We put on the menu, and They take a lot of skills. There was a young girl who prepared the dough like the night before, and the oven started at 1,000 degrees, like a big piece of hardware. It's no joke. There's a lot of skill that goes into that. And the fact that you're learning and you're deconstructing stuff that you love and you're being self-sufficient is really commendable.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. So tell us the word for New York. We have the word for Miami. What's the word for New York?
All right. Well, New York, everything is quieter. I don't want to say it's the Wild West out there, but people are tense. So I'm not surprised, you had these interactions. I had many friends who got into fights in the grocery store, just casual arguments. There's nothing physical, but people are just, everybody's so tense. So I'm barely going out. Todd is great. Takes care of stuff for me. He doesn't want me to be exposed. And I've been studying and staying indoors.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
So
I
what
just wanted to
advice
offer
what advice
for
would you
one
give?
second.
What advice would you give to your fellow New Yorkers or people who are in New York at the moment? What advice would you give?
One, stay indoors. That's one. But I think it is important to keep a schedule.
Okay.
So all the days don't melt together. I saw a meme today that was like, I had all the days of the week, but all the names are crossed out, and it's just day. So it's important to stay active. Do 50 push-ups. Why not? And it's important to every now and then go out for a walk. I'll try to avoid people. When people come back inside, I spray the bottom of their soles with Lysol and lay the shoes
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
Little things like that. Of course, wash your hands and wear gloves and wear a mask.
All right.
But definitely try to keep as sane as possible.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tonya.
Okay. Okay, so phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. We are live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And I know, right? Princess is saying you can have a regular cough and then all of a sudden you're being side-eyed. Yes. And Jeremy is saying go scrubs and some Cali sauce. I don't know what this means. And Dr. Chris, what are you a doctorate of again, Chris? Because Chris is spreading information inside of the chat about how you can only get corona if you are, or COVID-19 if you are injected with it, or something about some 5G network towers. Look, it just, I don't even know what to say. You're on the air live. What's your name?
Hey, this is Dr. Chris.
Hi, Dr. Chris.
Hey, sorry, I calling from a different phone because my cell phone sometimes doesn't get the best signal.
Okay. So.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I've been studying this coronavirus a bit, and
what have you been? You see now. Hold on. Now.
Go ahead.
Now hold on. I just see now part of the reason that YouTube doesn't want people making videos about COVID-19 is because of people putting up conspiracy theories, unproven quote unquote cures and stuff like that. So before you come onto the airwaves and start talking about 5G and all of that other stuff, you're not going to get my video in trouble with spreading stuff that you're saying you've researched. When you say you've researched, where have you researched this information?
Right. Well, okay, we don't have to talk about 5G.
Okay.
Let's just talk about what a virus is. How about that? I can just tell you that, and then you can just
and first, let's qualify you.
Okay, so
hold on. You said that you're a doctor. What are you a doctor of?
Material science and engineering, and I happen to be a Java full stack developer.
I'm sorry, say this again. You said you're a what? A doctorate. You have a doctorate in, so you have a PhD.
That's correct, in material science and engineering.
What is material science and engineering? What does that mean?
That just has to do with any materials that have to do with anything that we utilize. So, for example, in my field, or at least my field of study, it has been mostly electronic materials, like semiconductors. But there are people who specialize in all kinds of materials. It could be materials for any kind of products that you use, like, it could be from building materials to, anything really. Ceramics, semiconductors, metals, polymers, like plastics, for example.
And so,
anything.
and so your specialty is in semiconductors. What is a semiconductor?
Oh, that's a good question. So semiconductors are what we use with our computers and with our phones and any kind of technological devices that we utilize. So it basically just helps us to use the device. And so usually, for example, on a computer, it would be a processor chip. And so, but, there are other ways in which semiconductors are used and metals and so forth, like in memory applications for devices.
Okay, so your specialty is in semiconductors, hard boards, pieces that go into computers.
I haven't been really doing much with the materials side of it since I've been mostly on the computer programming side lately.
Okay.
So I've been, switching.
So mainly you are a computer programmer.
Right now, yeah.
Meaning that you deal with code like PHP, and you still do Java still out there?
Yes, Java's still out there, absolutely.
Okay.
Java's what I'm specializing more in, and also like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But of course, there is PHP. I kind of dabbled in it a long time ago, but not recently.
Okay. All right. So you said that you've been researching. So your specialty has nothing to do with epidemiology, medicine, or virology, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I would just say that.
I just want to
because
qualify.
Okay.
I just want to qualify, because when people say that, they're a doctor and then you start saying, I just want people to be well informed of what your doctorate and your specialty is in. That's okay, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's fine, absolutely.
Okay.
But just understand something, that doctorate is less about your specialty, because most doctors that you meet have a very, very specific specialty. Having a doctorate is less about what field of study you're in and more about how you study the field or any field that you're in. So it's more of a way of thinking.
I hear what you're saying. So go forward.
Okay. So anyway, just quickly, a virus is neither dead nor alive. It is a chemical. And so the idea is that if viruses are formed internally within the body, and that if they are formed internally within the body, that whatever viruses are in my body would not necessarily compete with any viruses in your body. And that's, basically the gist of what I'm thinking about.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for adding that. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, so the phone lines are open, 323-488-3149, 323-488-3149, and we do not have a particular topic today. We're just freewheeling it while we are on quarantine together. You on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
How you doing, Tonya? This is Miranda.
Say it again.
Miranda?
Oh, hi, Miranda. We spoke like a week or two ago, right, on live?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Okay, so talk to us, Miranda.
Okay, I work with the CDC here in North Carolina, but I'm not gonna give you my last name. I work here with the CDC in North Carolina, right?
Okay.
With the epidemiology. Basically, what I do is contact tracing for syphilis and HIV, right? So contact tracing is when you get a positive lab of HIV, for example, I pinpoint when you got it.
Okay.
I need to pinpoint partners and notify them and all of that, okay?
Okay.
So that's what I do here.
Okay.
Now, back in January the 16th, we had a huge conference in reference to this. I'm not going to name what it is, but what we're dealing with.
Okay.
So it was explained to us that it was something that we probably wouldn't have to deal with, and at the same extent that it was going on over there in China.
Okay.
And it was a little bit absurd because I remember asking this and everybody was like looking at me like I was like trying to be difficult. But my question was like, okay, well, we travel, right? we're getting planes, we're getting in cruises, and we travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So something happening over there. It's not distinctly over there. It's not exclusive over there if we are commingling and traveling and going places and doing all of this, right?
Uh-huh.
So my main thing that I'm calling is to let you guys know that we know about this, but not enough importance was placed into the development of what is going on.
And
right?
so, when did you say that this conference was?
It was around January the 16th
All
of
right.
this year,
Give me just one moment.
right?
Hold on. So you said there was a CDC conference.
Yeah, it was a teleconference with everybody that worked with the CDC, and we were talking about this specific subject matter, okay? Because they were getting prepared to do contact tracing,
Okay.
right? What I'm doing right now is I'm getting all the positive labs that people are doing on this public clinics, public health clinics, rapid tests.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing right now is that I get those labs. I'm lucky that I'm working from home.
Okay.
Now I've been working from home for the last 3 weeks. So what I'm doing right now is that, for instance, you go and get tested, right? And then I have to call you. Hey, Tonya, what is your name? What
Don't
is your
put me in it. Don't mark me.
remember
You better
this?
use a different name. Por favor. Use a different name. Don't mark me.
No, they will tell you at the clinic, you will get a phone call whether it's positive or negative.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
because they're doing like a rapid test clinic, but LabCorp is the main lab that is processing those labs, so it takes time, right? So long story short, what we're doing is contact tracing, like where you've been, how many people in your family, where do you work, all of that stuff, right? Now, this is the important part that I'm calling you for.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back February. We were told that we were not to recommend anyone to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to properly wear a mask.
Yeah.
People don't know how to properly wear gloves, right?
Yeah.
And the gloves and all of that stuff. We have to do because we're used to doing that. Because you touch your things, you're readjusting your mask, right? You're touching your face, right? And another thing is that it will give you this false sense of security, and people will go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just trying to put the information out there that we were told to tell people not to wear masks. Now they changed the guidelines, but
Right.
the same principle applies. A mask is not a shield. A mask is not going to give you the protection because you're wearing a mask and you're going places. That's going to allow you to feel this false sense of confidence, and your discipline will go down.
Got you.
So if you're gonna wear your mask, try to practice at home. If you have to go somewhere, just make sure that you are fully aware that you cannot be readjusting it, touching your face. When you come back home, you're supposed to change all your clothes, right?
Yes.
Put them in the dryer, in the washer. You need to tell the people in your house, y'all need to go to your room. I just came back from the store. They need to go to your room. You need to change your clothes. You have to disinfect everything that you're touching in the house. You take a shower, and after you take a shower, then you're gonna jail. Everybody can come out now.
Okay.
People are doing that.
Yeah.
People are not doing. I promise you, people are not doing that, Tonya. People are not doing that. I promise you that. So be safe, be careful, and my main message is that if you have to go out there and you want to wear some type of protective, you know what I mean, gear for your face or a mask, don't get too relaxed with it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that. So,
Okay,
all right,
bye-bye.
all right, bye-bye, Merida. Okay, so we just got a word from her about making sure that you do not let your defenses down when you go out there and you put on your mask or your gloves and get too comfortable. And then also about making sure that you disinfect when you come in the house, you take off your clothes, you put them in the dryer, you take a shower, and then you do your thing. And so we have a person in the audience on YouTube who is saying, I don't wear a mask when I go out. Okay, don't wear one. Simple as that. Do what you want to do. Because when all the dust settles, Tonya is still going to be here. All right, I'm still going to be here. What you choose to do with you do what you do. I'm not out here about to run behind no grown adult trying to tell them, no, that's not what I'm going to do. So do whatever you choose to do. All right, phone lines are open 323-488-3149. Because listen, there's a certain quote unquote honor system that exists in times like these, where we've got to be dependent on the sense and sensibilities, the kindness, the sensefulness of other people, not to sneeze without covering, not to sneeze in their hand and then start shaking people's hands. And so you go out there and leave yourself susceptible for somebody to sneeze right in front of you. We all grown. So phone lines are open 323-488-3149, 323-488-3149. And so you can call in. We are live on YouTube as well as Facebook right now, and we are just having a quarantine in with me day where we're just kind of freewheeling it right now, just talking, shooting the breeze. And so the lines are open 323-488-3149. All right. So Elle is saying, have a good night and be safe. It's dinner time. Okay. And this is a wonderful time. I've noticed that the YouTube chefs have been getting an uptick because people are home now. They have to cook their own foods, which I feel is really smart. So someone is saying that the phone line is not working for her. 323, try right now when there's nobody on, because I see that there were some missed calls when the last woman was on the phone, but you have to call when we have to call when we are not on the line already. Go ahead and thumbs up the video, throw up your likes on Facebook, make sure that you're subscribed to my page. And so Kimon is saying, my aunt is a nurse at Tonya. So how does that assist us right now? I hope you're telling us that she's a nurse. Oh, you're calling from UK on Skype. Well, you know what? You can call me on Facebook Messenger. If you're on Facebook, you can go to Tonya TKO. You can go to facebook.com/Tonya.TKO.1. You can call me on Messenger over there. So let me know when you've sent, if you're not on my friends list already, let me know when you've sent the friends list through so that I can just come over and grab your phone call from there so that you can be able to come through. All right, so it looks like the feed is frozen on Facebook. So we're going to end the Facebook broadcast because I don't really know what's going on with Facebook and why it's just not cooperating with us today. We're going to end the broadcast on Facebook. And okay. We've ended the broadcast on Facebook, so now we are solely on YouTube. I don't know what happened to Facebook. Facebook just didn't really want to work with us today. So let me turn my Wi-Fi back on over here so that we can make sure that we have the strongest signal. And so P. Davis is saying, some people are just nasty and don't care, have always been nasty, never wash hands, body, or anything else, just nasty, sad. I don't even know if a person can really live without washing. I think that after some time, you're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hi, guys. Very hairy around my penis, my balls.
All right. So let me just go ahead and do what it is that I need to do here. And since we have a person who is harassing us, we're going to have to now, each call is going to have to be screened. I really don't understand why people have to harass other people like that. They're just looking for attention because they're sad and they know that the only way to really be able to command a few moments is to be a buffoon, you know? So, nonetheless, phone lines are open 323-488-3149. And we shall leave the lines open for the next caller. Yeah, lack of self-love, absolutely. Absolutely, lack of self-love. And then also, there are some people who thrive in chaos. If you know, the show Catfish derived its name from, I believe, I can't remember the type of fish that they were, but they would travel with the fish in these containers from long distances across the ocean. And by the time that they got to their location, you're on the air live. What's your name?
Hello.
Oops, my finger. Sorry, I thought so my finger moved too quickly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please call back again. I'm sorry. Please, my hand was. I was ready.
Hello.
Yes, hi. You're on the air. What's your name?
This is Karen.
Oh, hi, Karen. Okay, so my finger was about to. All right. How can we help you today, Karen?
You fucking Nigerian.
These people are so sick. You're on the air live. What's your name?
Hi, this is Ida.
I feel like these people are playing. Here we go. Let's. All right. Okay. Here we go.
Hello?
Yes, hi. What's your name?
Oh, hello, hi, this is Ida.
How can we help you, Ida?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
We're doing fine. How can we help you?
Hi, so I'm just calling to let you know that you're happy.
You heard it, right? You heard it about to begin. All right. So if you listen. All right. So here we go. That's one number. Let's try the next number. All right. There we go. So Libra is saying, what do you think about Money Yaya going to jail? I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is. Who is Money Yaya? Let's see. You're on the air live. What's your name?
Hello.
You heard it, right? I mean, you heard it, right? Hello. All right. So nonetheless, all right. So let's see. You're on the air live. What's your name?
Hey, Tonya.
I'm sorry. It's just going too fast. It's going too fast. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's try again.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hello?
Yes, it's Tonya. How can we help you?
Listen, no, this is Rita again. I just want to tell you something. I really appreciate your giving us your time, and I know that people are playing on the phone, but these people here, they want to share experiences and they want to be informed.
Yeah.
So I would encourage people that want to play, go on another place and play.
Yeah, but you know what? But the thing is that if they want attention, this is exactly what we're doing. We're giving them the attention that they want because they want to live in infamy. People are looking for their 15 minutes. And so you know what? Why don't you stay right there? I'm going to get my headphones because we're going to screen the phone calls, okay?
Yeah. No, and Tanya, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan? What is going on with your property over there in California? Your mobile home. What are you gonna do with that? Like, you be taking care of that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Because I would think, like, how she's handling all of this. Okay. Okay, but I'm gonna keep listening, and hopefully people are gonna stop playing on the phone, darling.
Oh, don't worry. I got it. I got my
Uh,
headphones now.
Bye bye.
All right. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, so listen, this is why we all, when we go through the metal detectors at the airport, why we all have to be harassed and okay. All right. So nonetheless, okay. So the phone lines are open 323-488-3149. This is why, this is why it's like, the few people mess it up for the majority, because then we don't have the same liberties that we once had. Hello, what's your name? I'm sorry? Yeah, how can I help you? How can I help you? Yeah, oh, all right. Uh-huh. You're not on the air, so no one can hear your foolishness. Okay. No one can hear you. You're not on the air, so you're not getting your little 4 seconds of fame. No one can hear you. No one can hear you. Okay. Nonetheless, so they make it too easy for people to get all different types of phone numbers. No, you don't wish that you could hear this dip. It's just pure foolishness. Pure foolishness. And I just blocked them one by one. And I blocked them one by one. And I blocked them two by two. Yeah, so phone lines are open 323-488-3149. The phone lines are open. You can call in. And the calls are being screened. Nobody's getting ear time. Here we go. Again, 608 area code. You're on the air. What's your name? How can I help you? Yes, how can we help you, Ida from Wisconsin? I don't know. Who are you trying to call? Mm-hmm. So how can we help you, Ida? What is it that you're calling about today? Right. So this person is saying that they're from Africa, but they live in Wisconsin right now. Ida, listen, I don't know whether or not you're bored because you're at home. Maybe you're having a hard time with life, but you can participate in the conversation in a constructive way. You don't have to live your life like this. Participate in a constructive way. You don't have to be this way. You're not on the air right now, but I'm giving you a few moments, but I mean, come on. This is a real listen, you're not the only person who is feeling down. There's a lot of us who are feeling down and are looking for ways to reach out to other human beings. But the way that we do it is important. Come forward and just be real. Be real with yourself. My book is on Amazon, the Book of Affirmations, Self-Love. Get yourself a copy. All right? Anyway, thank you so much for calling in. And please allow other people. You've had your chance. Now you've spoken to me. Give other people a chance, okay? Thank you. All right. So the phone lines are open. And so No Name says, Tonya, I know who that is that's calling you. Who is it that's calling? This is someone that you've brought here, No Name? So No Name is saying, I can give you his channel name if you want to expose him. And see, so if this is all about attention, okay, email it to me privately, but don't post it in the group. Because if this is a person who is doing advertisements on my video about their foolishness, then why give them what it is that they want by promoting their channel? So I'm telling you, No Name, if you put that channel name in here, it'll be your last comment on my videos. If you want, you can go to my website, TonyaTKO.com/contact. And if you choose, you can send it to me privately. Okay? So nonetheless, we are live right now on YouTube. I keep looking over here because I keep feeling like we're still on Facebook. But we are live. We are live on YouTube right now. And you know what? I'm not angry at the people who are trolling. I'm not angry. Because if anything, I'm sure we can all remember what it was like when we were young and we wanted human contact, but we really didn't know we didn't really know how to go about getting it. So we would make prank phone calls, or we would be trying desperately to get a reaction out of someone, anyone, to pay attention to us in some sort of way. So I remember we used to make our prank phone calls. Me and my brother, we'd make our prank phone calls when we were young, and try to catch people off guard and stuff like that. Yes, please do not post anybody, especially on nobody's channel on here that you think is trolling. Email it to me privately if that's the case. Otherwise, you may be an arbiter for their promotion. So nonetheless, phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. Today, we're just having a quarantine in conversation where we are just shooting the breeze, Right now, it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. And we are just talking. We're just talking, and we have a call from the UK coming in. Hello, what's your name? Hello? Yes, hi, what's your name? Oh, finally, we have a real phone call coming in. Let me take you off of the headphones. Okay. Let's see if it goes back. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. So this is N. Phillips on the line. Talk to us, Mamita. Hi.
Yeah, so I'm calling from London.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm indoors right now as everybody else is. So yeah, I just thought I would phone and see how everybody is. I don't know how it is in the States in terms of the weather, but we are currently in hospital apparently. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and so I saw Prince Charles had COVID as well.
Yeah, he has. So he said he didn't have any symptoms, which is what a lot of people are saying. But Boris, he had quite a few heavy symptoms, it seems like. And then he had a high temperature for the second week, which is this week. And now apparently they're saying that he hasn't kind of recovered as they expected. So now he's in a hospital. So
oh wow, I haven't even heard that update. So do you think, because when Prince Charles came waltzing out after 8 days, I was like, apparently the elite, the Templar, they have the cure or something, or the vaccine.
Well, this is the thing, exactly, because we know that, with the royals, they pump them full of the best medication. So I knew that they would recover quickly, and do you know what I mean? He did, but I think with Charles, where I think he was up in Scotland or something, one of their houses or whatever they have there. So I think he probably had the best of everything, sheltered from everything. That's probably why he was able to recover a little bit better than, some other people, I think. But with Boris, he kind of looked a bit rough over the last few days that he's been on TV. So
Okay, so from what it is that I heard that Boris is a bit of a troll himself, and that people really don't like him. So what are your thoughts? Do you want him to recover?
I want everyone to recover. That's the thing. I think, you know what I mean? Like, God willing, we all come out of this and recover from it. I wouldn't wish any harm on anybody else, but he's definitely a troll. He wasn't voted in by the people. That's the thing. You know,
How did he get in there?
So he's not loved. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a prime minister where people kind of, he was the London mayor, and people voted for him then. He had 2 terms as the London mayor, but as prime minister, he wasn't voted in.
So how did he become prime minister if he wasn't voted in?
Oh, I didn't hear that. What did you say? Sorry?
How did he become prime minister if he wasn't voted in?
Oh God, there's so much politics in this. I'm not the one to kind of go in with the British politics, but there's a lot to do with the last prime minister and the handover, things like that. But I'm not the one to I'm not good at politics and explaining all that. But yeah, he wasn't voted in by the people. We didn't have a full-on election. So that's why he's our prime minister now, basically. But yeah, there's a lot more to it, but I really can't explain it very well.
Okay,
But,
so
yeah,
who is second in command? If Boris takes ill, who is the one that's making the decisions then? Who's at the helm?
We have our health secretary. He's the one talking now. He also, I think it was earlier on today, that he also had a few people in his family that passed away from COVID.
Really?
I think he said 2 or 3 people. Yeah, 2 or 3 people, I think he said earlier on today. So now I think because it's hitting people in power, and they're seeing, deaths and things around them, this is why he's now said that he's apparently going to get stricter with, I don't know, as I said, I don't know what it's like in America, so if I'm kind of saying things that aren't relating to you guys, but in the UK, they've said to us that we can go out for exercise once a day, or do one form of exercise a day, and then we can make trips to the supermarket and things like that, but not frequently.
Okay.
So now, because of the good weather and things like that, the health secretary has said people kind of aren't obeying the rules.
Gotcha.
So therefore, he may just clamp down on that altogether and say, forget about it. You're not going to go on any runs.
Yeah.
It's just going to stay inside.
So let me ask you this question. So Boris is the prime minister. So you said the health secretary is speaking up during this crisis, but who runs the country if Boris doesn't recover? Does the health secretary run the country, or is there like an assistant prime minister?
Oh God, you're asking a lot. I don't even know. I'd have to look all that. I couldn't even tell you. I don't. I with Boris and.
How long have you lived in the UK?
Oh, sorry, you just dropped out again. Say it again.
How long have you lived in the UK?
Oh, forever. I'm born here, but I haven't been following this because we've had a lot going on with Brexit, if you know, and that's to do with us not being part of the European Union. There's a lot that's been happening in the UK with our politics and things like that. So, but yeah.
Well, Sherry in the comments is saying that you all had a general election, and Boris was a part of the Conservative Party, and he was voted in, that he won the general election.
But not by people, not by us. We didn't go out and vote for Boris.
What are we saying right now?
I can't see the comments because I've had to put this on the TV and I can't follow.
No, it's okay. You don't have to see the comments. I just told you the relevant comment from Sherry, who says that he was voted in. But you're saying
Did she go to the vote? Did she go to? I can't see what she's saying. But did she go to the polling office and vote for Boris?
Sherry, did you go to the polling office and vote for Boris? That's what N is asking you right now. Oh, wait, N, I remember you from when I was in Nigeria. You blessed
Exactly.
You blessed
I
my
did,
my PayPal. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know I thanked you on my page, but thank you now that we get a chance to speak in person. Thank you.
That's okay. I've been following you as well. I started following you when you done that video on I can't think of his name, that pastor. an American
Oh
pastor that was
Lord,
teaching.
John Gray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started to follow. Yeah. So yeah, that was when I started to follow.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love those Ghana videos. They were entertaining, so I definitely wanted
Thank
to send
you.
money and help if I could. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was much appreciated. So people are now saying that the majority party elects the prime minister. So the people don't elect the prime minister. The majority party does. So the Conservative Party was the majority. Listen, I don't know and I can't verify it right now. But so what is your word for people in England? What's your word for them?
Stay inside. Stay inside. I mean, the thing is, like I said, because we don't have good weather here, everything is governed by the weather. If it's crap, no one's going to want to go out. And because it's the UK, we have 1 week of summer, basically. So the moment that people do see sun, they'll be running out. But I just think the sooner that everybody stays inside and complies with what the government are saying, the sooner that we can come out of this and hopefully, you know, see the end of this. But I think the more people can keep flouting the rules and going out, this is just going to drag on and on for months. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, you know what?
Because I heard again, I don't know how, I didn't kind of read fully with this article, but I read something about Hong Kong, and they said that cases were, you know, dropping in terms of the new cases. So they said it was a good time now to start opening up public venues, and they did, and apparently now it's bounced up again. So there are now more cases, and now they have to go back on lockdown. And I think that's what's going to happen in England.
Well, you know what? I think that this is a matter of privilege.
Yeah.
I think that the more privileged that people are, the less that they want to listen to authorities. Because,
that's true.
You know,
yeah,
exactly. So we have a lot of privileged people in the United States who don't feel they need to listen to authorities. And we have a lot of egotistical New Yorkers. And listen, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm an arrogant New Yorker as well. But we got a lot of arrogant New Yorkers who don't feel that rules apply to them, and they feel it omnipotent. You know, being in New York gives you, I remember it dawned on me once, it was just a few years ago, that I was like, you know what? Just being from New York doesn't mean that I'm immune from something. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, you know, so we have now we have a lot of people who are continuing to go to church, who are continuing to do such and such. And this is why when this person out here in the comments was like, oh, I'm still going out without my mask, I didn't stand up. Okay. You ain't going to cough on me. You ain't going to cough on me.
Exactly. Right. And this is the thing. I think people are forgetting that the government, the people that charge, they're only telling us certain things and things that they want us to know. And again, I don't know how it is in America, but over here they were saying not to wear the mask.
Right.
They know they're not going to stop anything, blah, blah, blah. And the surgical masks, you have to change every 30 minutes, so therefore they're ineffective. You need to have, I think it's the N95 mask or whatever. And now they kind of said, well, actually, there may be, it may be a good thing for you to wear them. And I think people are forgetting that it's not just about protecting yourself. Obviously, you won't have to protect yourself, you're number one, but also the masks are protecting other people around you and people that you're probably speaking to, or people that are going to speak to you. I went to the shop the other day with a mask, and I needed to ask one of the sales assistants for help to find something, and I had to speak to him, but I had a mask on, I had my little visor things on, so I was covered in that sense. But if I didn't have that, I would have just forgot the conversation. I wouldn't have felt comfortable to speak to him, because I wouldn't have wanted those kind of spores of bacteria in my face and breathing those in. So it's to protect both of us,
Right, exactly.
And just wear the mask. It's better than nothing. That's just how I see it. It's better than nothing. I think as long as, I think you had the earlier caller that was saying, wash your hands and do the relevant things to kind of protect yourself when you get indoors. But I don't think wearing a mask is going to increase your chances of catching it. It's definitely going to decrease. It may only be a small chance, but a small chance, why would you not want to take that? You know, I will.
Exactly. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for that word. Oh, last question before you go. What are your thoughts about the broadcast that the Queen made today?
I think, you know, with the royal family, it's split. It's always split with the royal family. You have people who love the royals and people who think the royals, obviously including the Queen, you know, it's outdated. A lot of people, for whatever reason, they get a lot of, the older generation, I would say, they have a lot of hope when the Queen speaks to them, and they feel, I would say, revived probably by a lot of what she says. I personally, it doesn't affect me, but at the same time, if it does affect other people and it brings them a little bit of hope, then who am I to say I don't want to hear from her? Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I could do without it. But like I said, there are a lot of older people who it does make them feel better to hear from the Queen and to feel like the Queen is down with us, even though we know her life is completely different to ours. But speaking to the nation and speaking to that demographic that does feel encouraged, then I say do it. And I think in that sense, she is a queen because she knows that there are people who want to hear from her, you know? And I think where we've never had something like this happen to this state, she does want to go down in history as doing the right thing and addressing the people, whether or not we want to hear it. But I think if she didn't, that wouldn't have been received well. They would have more to say about the Queen if she didn't come out and speak than, you know?
Yeah,
so
got you.
You know, she's the Queen and she knows what to do for appearance's sake and to go down in history as the right type of way, if you know what I mean. So
got you. All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate you calling in and sharing your insight. We love you for that. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad for getting through, and all the best. Everyone keep safe and staying outside.
Okay. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
And you. All right. Bye.
Hello, this is Vida.
Yes. Hi, Vida. So I saw inside of the comments that you wanted to talk about the virus in Africa. So let's hear what it is that you have to say. You're on the air live.
All right, well, so yesterday or 2 days ago, there were these two French doctors talking about the vaccination for this virus and how it should be tested on Africans first, even though it's not as widespread in Africa as it is in the U.S. and Europe.
Yes.
And there was a lot of Africans angry because I'm from Gambia, so we have our own like WhatsApp groups, and someone posted something and then everybody gets kind of worked up and spreads it. And I think, this is not related to Katrina, but I think this is also one of those things where it's showing Africans that America is not what it seems to be. Because, you know, sometimes when you watch movies and everything is clean and pretty and nice, and then you go there and then it's kind of like a deja vu.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I thought it was going to be, and I think right now that's what is kind of going on with a lot of Africans, even the ones that are back home and always romanticize America. It's like they have this crazy precedent.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they cannot even afford the basics for their people.
Oh, yes.
Like,
you know what? And I'm glad that you brought that up, because this crisis, it's like this was just a perfect storm. So we got this clown in the White House, this man who is highly unqualified and clownish. And then he started disbanding everything that the Black man did before him, right? He wanted to show how great he was, make America great. He was going to show how great he was with his bravado. And he started disbanding everything that the half-African president before him had done. So he disbanded all of the person who was in the epidemiologist position in China, whose whole job was to spend the whole year looking for any outbreaks, right? That person was taken out of their position 4 months ago. He cut funding to the CDC. And then now here we are, and now he's trying to claim that Obama left him empty warehouses. We're talking about a man who's been in office for almost 4 years, right? He was highly unqualified. And this is America's dirty draws. America's dirty draws are showing to the world. So what we here in America know, now the world is now knowing. And many Americans are learning themselves that we are a country of broke people paying rent to other broke people who are living paycheck to paycheck, who are beholden to banks, who are owned, and it's just all the money is flowing upward while we are down here in squalor. Listen, this virus has exposed us for the fraud that this country is. People with their go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's not just only the U.S. It's also a lot of African countries, because usually the leaders will take hoard all the resources, save it in accounts in Europe or in America. When they get sick, they get on the next flight because they have their own charter flight and go to Europe or America for treatment. But now they can't go anywhere either. And they are also seeing how it is good to develop the infrastructure in your own country rather than kind of dependent, and which is also, that has more to do with colonization and going back 200-300 years. But I think there's, at least what I'm seeing, because I'm turning 27 very soon, and what I'm seeing is this new generation of a lot of Africans from obviously over 50 countries. They're not taking that anymore, and people are angry too. Just like how people are angry here, back home, it's for example, I'm from Gambia. Our president, he cannot even do live questioning with journalists. He has to pre-record stuff, because that's how also incompetent some of our leaders are.
Got you.
And
Got you. Well, you know what? Somebody wrote to me today and said that Mali, that the government in Mali said that they are okay. Mali and one other place. I don't think it was Gambia, because you said you're from Gambia, right?
Yeah, but I think about a week ago, they were letting flights from Italy into our country. So then people can then take cars and go to Senegal or Mali or neighboring, Liberia neighboring.
Are you serious?
Neighboring, really, Senegal is our neighbors. But kind of can drive to other countries, because we too have a very incompetent president, because sometimes we vote tribal and not logical or common sense. Who's the best person for the job? Usually it comes down to let's say I am a Republican or Democrat. My great grandfather is Republican and Democrat, and his great grandfather is it's almost like you inherit. You know how some of us inherit even religion.
Gotcha. But what I'm saying,
party.
I feel you on that. But what I'm saying is that I heard that Mali has agreed to let Europe test on their people. This is what I heard. I cannot confirm, but I heard that there are African nations.
I haven't heard of. You go ahead.
No, I've heard that there are African nations that are okay, well, you can test on our people. But this is what I was told in one of my WhatsApp groups today. So I don't know how true it is.
I'm not surprised. I haven't read that yet, because I'm actually still at work right now. I'm not surprised about that, because for a lot of us, my uncle always says this, because my uncle actually lived in Europe for over 40 years. He said, Africa, even if you came with the most greatest intentions, there's going to be a way that you're going to get corrupt, at least your morals. And it's not that, it's the people, it's just that the way some of the areas are set up, because deep down we're really tribal. Right now, even in my parts of my country, some tribes won't marry other tribes. It's 2020. So I can see why maybe whoever's in power in Mali can say, okay, I'm going to take this money. However, they're going to go study in tribes, not my people. So I can easily see that going on, not just in Mali, but in other countries. I know some of the other African countries are more stricter. Like I know Senegal doesn't play sometimes.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Because I mean, some of those French African countries also still pay billions of dollars in taxes to France.
Oh,
France.
still?
Yeah, still. And they didn't know that. I think it came out a year or two ago. People were mad. And I'm like, don't you guys ever read your laws and constitution? They pay billions of dollars a year.
You know what? I personally, so this is how I feel about it. I feel that a lot of people are going to wake up from this. A lot of, like, when I was like, I talked about this in the beginning of the broadcast. Being displaced really helped me realize where my own weaknesses were in terms of money in, money out, which made me get rid of my landlord. Well, made me not get a landlord and made me not get tied into a lease. So the money that I'm paying on my RV, I own my RV. You know, so it really made me unplug from the system because I realized it was a trap. It was like, and there were so many people who are still on the hamster wheel online making fun of me. I'd like to go back to those videos and ask them how they're doing now. How are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen some of those. It's just, I don't think everyone is gonna be the same after this, and it exposed.
Yes.
It was like the light was full, and it was like
yes. You know what I meant to say? I'm so sorry, Vida. One thing that I meant to I'm so sorry. We have a little bit of a delay. One thing that I meant to say was, and then we're going to get right back to your thing where you talk about Africans celebrating. One thing I meant to say is that the world can see our healthcare workers in garbage bags on the internet begging for supplies, begging and dying. When people look at the numbers in America, people's eyes are open. They're like, America's not this great big Mecca, this paradise, this paraíso. It's not, because in America, their healthcare workers are in garbage bags on the internet crying, talking about how we don't have masks. So yeah, there's a lot being exposed from this. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to make sure that I said that.
No. Yeah, and I was saying that a lot of Africans are celebrating like, oh, we don't have Corona. And I'm like, what are you celebrating? You still don't have good infrastructure. You know what I mean? And then kind of going back to like exposing the U.S., I came here when I was 12 or 13. And then I still have a lot of friends back home. We visit almost every 2 years. I have a lot of friends, and sometimes they'll be like, can you invite me to come to America? And I'm like, you have a good job. You have your own house. You don't pay taxes like people do in the U.S.
Right.
You live very comfortably. You're able to freely socialize. Like you seem happier here than I am in the U.S. Why would you leave that life to come to the U.S.? And the thing is, coming to the U.S. doesn't even guarantee you proper legal papers.
You know what?
I know people,
exactly. I don't know if you saw my videos from when I was in traveling through West Africa. When I was in Ghana, there was this Uber driver.
I saw some of those, and I commented about you and the tailor because that's very common across Africa, arguing with the dressmakers and stuff.
Yes. And the Uber driver was like, oh, America, I can't wait to come to America, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, why would you want to leave beautiful Ghana where you're a majority, you have a good job, you're living nicely? Why would you want to come to America? Because people think that Americans are rich, but now our dirty drawers are showing before the whole world.
Yeah, I every time I'm like, you have a great education back home. If you want to go more schooling, why don't you go to Ghana? Ghana got really great universities. Even Egypt got great universities. Senegal got very great, and sometimes I think also what a lot of parents don't understand is when they move here and have children, they get mad when their children act certain ways.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you expect? You moved from 99.99% chocolate to your child being the only kid in a whole school, and you're mad
Yeah.
that they have certain personalities and behavior. It's like, God, this exposes a lot, not just in the U.S. but also back home for us. It's like
Yeah.
we need to stay at home and build.
Yeah. And you know, something else that really has been disturbing me since I've come back. Like we all heard that troll who came on. It was like, get your Nigerian ass, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 just trolling, right? I'm Caribbean American, so I'm in between, right? I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not Caribbean, I'm not American, I'm something in between, right? And for some reason, we didn't have that in the schools that I've gone to. We didn't have that African booty scratcher kind of thing. You know, it was like when I was growing up, you know, I went to school with Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. So we had that situation going on. But since coming back from West Africa, I've learned a lot of troubling things about the way people view Africans and the way Africans view Americans. And I didn't know that it was like this. This is really horrible. Really, really horrible. Really horrible.
Yeah, so I mean, I like I said, I came here at 7th grade, and I'm gonna say this, for me, I got bullied, and the bullying sadly came from African American children.
Yeah, I bet.
However, I didn't take that personally because I knew the history.
Well, you know, far too many people don't know the history, and even me with my matchmaking service, I'm interviewing women, and I'm interviewing men, and unfortunately, I spoke with someone last week who didn't qualify for the matchmaking service, because when I talk to a person, I talk with them and I assess during the first phone call whether or not their relationship ready, right? I qualify their relationship readiness. And she wasn't ready for a relationship, not a healthy one, right? And she was like, well, these men are African anyway, so and I was like, wait, what? I was like, well, no. So she basically in her mind was like, oh, well, they're African, so how much standards can they have? And I'm like, where are we getting this mentality from? And then now you got the French doctors talking about they're going to experiment on African people. And I'm just like, what's wrong with people's mentality that they don't, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like, I feel like that idea of you doing the matchmaking thing, but marriage back home is both love and business because there's negotiation. You don't just go and marry someone's daughter. Like there are multiple visits, there are negotiations, especially when it comes to the bride price, depending on the family. I remember when my sister got married, they didn't really ask for a lot, but when my brother married this one girl, I think he paid about $6,000.
Oh wow!
And that was just the marriage. And now she's here. She's actually about to give birth next week.
Okay.
But,
did your sister
the visa fee, the lawyer fee, filing, coming here?
But what about bride price? Did she have bride price?
Yeah.
Was the bride price $6,000 or just like the paperwork?
Huh?
Was the bride price $5,000 or was that just the paperwork?
No, just the bride price was $5,000, and that doesn't include the jewelry and all the other stuff that we bought and all that. And then, I mean, when she was coming here, I think it cost my brother about $9,000. Because you got to go to Senegal 3 times because our former president got into it with the American embassy, and then some got moved to Senegal, and then you pay housing, you do testing because they test for genetic tests. They do all kinds of testing.
Really?
I don't know exactly. Filing someone and you say they're your kid, they do a DNA test. You just can't.
Right. So people are asking, what is bride price? BRIDE, like a person getting married, like the woman getting married as a bride. There's this thing called bride price. Who can explain to people what a bride price is? Can you explain it?
So bride price is what the man or the man's family pays to the woman. Usually, it's actually the uncles that demand this money in my culture. I don't know about other cultures.
The
And
uncle?
it could be, yeah, it's the uncles.
Why the uncle is coming in?
In my culture,
Mhm.
it's the uncles that do the marriage negotiation.
Really? And who gets to keep the money? Who
Yeah.
who keeps the money?
So my sister's first marriage, she did not see a penny. But her second marriage, my uncle that used to live in Sweden, because he's a pretty straightforward guy, actually gave her part of her bride price dowry back.
So if you have more than one uncle, which uncle is the one that negotiates the bride price?
They come together, so your mom's brothers and your dad's brothers. Because because both sides are huge too. So sometimes it depends. Like some families are on the greedier side, especially if they know that whoever's marrying somebody lives in the U.S. or Europe. They will kind of try to overcharge. And some families, no matter what, will just be like, pay $5 because they say if the marriage doesn't go well, they want to be able to take that $5 and say, here's your $5 back, give us our daughter back.
So if the marriage doesn't go well, you get bride price back?
Nope, you don't, but sometimes that was way back. Now people just get divorced and that's it.
Oh,
but
wow.
way back, like my parents' generation,
okay.
Like it's certain amount, because again, it depends on the family. Some families go by name if you're from a very respectable family and they know they've never heard like abuse or abandonment. You know what I mean? Like just like you're a straightforward family, you take care of your family, then usually the bride price is not that expensive, but it's again, it depends on the family. Some people pay a lot, some people don't. Some families might try to take advantage if they know you have a lot of resources.
Got you. All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate that. And sorry for hanging up on you earlier.
No, it's okay. I just want to let you know, next time you want to go to Africa, come to Gambia with us, and then you don't have to worry about housing. Because when I was watching your videos, that was a mess.
You in the damn United States too. We might have to both be looking for housing.
No, not housing. When you were in Nigeria, you know how you move from one house and then they show you something.
But you in the U.S., you can't guarantee me no place to stay.
I mean, when we go back to Africa.
Yeah, you say that now until somebody start holding their hand out, talking about welcome, sister.
We have extra room in the basement. We have a full basement and a full bathroom in the basement.
I hear you saying this now, but if it ain't your house, you can't offer it. You in the U.S. just like me. They think you American too. So, how long you been over here, Vida?
So actually, this past month was 14 years.
Yeah, they think you American too. So when you come back, you the rich American auntie. So you're gonna get charged too if you don't play your cards right.
No, I'm not. I told them I'm broke. I don't have money. But then some be like, "Hello, I heard you came. You owe me money." I'm like, "No, I don't." We have a large family. So my grandfather at one point got 4 wives.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this question. What do people in Gambia say when they want some money? Because you know in Nigeria they say, "You got something for me?" What do they say in Gambia?
It's kind of like they'll be like in our language, because I'm Mandingo. They'll be like, and how that translates is like, you don't even call me or send me any money. It's almost like a guilt trip.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to like manipulate, and then you'll be like, "No, I'm okay," and then you'll be like, 90 days, that means come see me. That means if you have time, come see me where I live. And then and then when they come, they'll bring something so that you feel guilty into giving them cash.
Mm-hmm. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. Inviting me back, and they're gonna be like, what you just said. Like you don't even call. Yeah. They'd be like, Vida, you don't even call. You don't have anything for me. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, okay, Vida, what you gonna do?
like I have this rule when I go back. It's like, if you need help with school fees, I'll help. If you need help with housing, I'll help. If you're elderly, I'll give those money because it's more like they pray for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able-bodied and you sleep till 1 p.m. and I'm the one on vacation and I get up at 8 a.m. in the morning, please get away from me.
I know that's right. Okay.
So I help people that need it. School
Okay,
fees,
got you,
you want
got
to
you.
start a business, you're trustworthy, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. We're going to take another call or two. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You have a good Sunday.
You too. Okay. So phone lines are open. We're going to take another call. Do not call me from an unknown number. Don't call me from an unknown number, please. Call me from a number that's published. All right. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. Let me just get my headphones back in, since I could already see what this is going to be, but nobody's going to chase me off my live. Don't go down like that. So let's go. Let's go. All right. So we've been having a very interesting time this afternoon. We are going to jump out of here in about 15 minutes. So we're just going to take another phone call or two. You're on the air live. What's your name? Okay. I tricked you. You're not on the air live. How can I help you? This call is being screened. How can I help you, Mr. who says your name is Nadine? How can I help you? Okay, hold on. Let me put you on the air now that you've been screened, Nadine. Can you all vouch that there's a person by the name of Nadine who said he was going to call from Canada? Can you vouch for that? Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me pull you on. Okay. So you're on the air live, Nadine.
Hi, Tonya. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Okay.
I have been living in the States for about 4 years, and I moved to Canada 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I wanted to give you guys the difference between the healthcare system here and how it's affecting society here.
So hold on. Let's qualify you. Where were you born?
Yes. I was born in Iraq.
Okay, so you were born in Iraq. How long did you live in the U.S.?
I lived in the U.S. for about 4.5 years.
And then 2 years ago, you said you moved to Canada.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. So the difference here in Canada, I have my permanent status here, and I'm staying in Canada for good.
Okay.
The difference between the healthcare is we get a health card. It is a green card that you are able to just walk into any walk-in clinic or hospital, and majority, let's say 90% of clinics around here, around the house neighborhoods, they are all walk-in clinics. So you don't have to make any appointment with anybody. You just walk in and you're able to see the doctor after like a short wait.
Okay.
And you get out and you pay $0 for the consultation.
Okay.
The only time that you pay is for the medication. Now, I'm on the lower income side currently, and of course I can't work, so I'm going to be stuck in this category for a little bit more. And I have a special, a special number that I have to take a prescription that I'm still currently on, and that prescription was completely covered. So I did not pay for the doctor consultation nor the medicine.
Okay.
So that's just how it is not a burden like it is in the States for you guys, because you guys are forced to go to the ER. And I remember when I was in the States, every single time that I had to go to the hospital for any simple thing, it was always an ER. And I always thought, like, why the ER? Isn't that for just like really serious emergencies? But that's just how society is over there. And it's very confusing, because I also grew up in Europe for a few years, and it's very different over there as well.
So how long did you live in Europe?
I lived in Greece for 4 years. I
Um,
lived in Bulgaria for 1 year, and then I moved to the States.
okay,
Okay.
so what was healthcare like in Greece?
Healthcare in Greece, I was pretty young then, so I can't say I had any complications or anything,
Okay.
but it is not, there is no such thing as thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills. It's
Okay.
just not how society works. And it's the same thing. My family is in Belgium currently. They're living there permanently. And it is the same thing over there. There is no such thing as thousands of dollars of medical bills, including right now.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's
Mhm.
the internet really makes the world a lot smaller because we get to hear about other people's experiences because there are people who are getting turned away from COVID treatment because they don't have the money. Um,
Yes.
yeah. Wow.
And I've been watching the news, and a lot of the states, I think Michigan and a few other states, majority of the deaths are among African Americans.
Yeah.
So when the
You know what? And I
racism
think
targets Black people,
exactly. So you know
it's
exactly.
exasperated.
Exactly. Let me ask
You
you this
know,
question. Do people
yeah.
pronounce the country of your birth, do they pronounce it Iraq from back home? What do they call it in Iraq or Iraq? What do they call it themselves?
Okay, it's Iraq. Even in Arabic, it's Iraq. So Iraq. But I personally don't mind, but the correct pronunciation, according to the Arabic language, is Iraq.
Okay, because I was going to say, because people in the
Yes.
comments arguing about whether you're from, because when you said you were from Iraq, and there are people who are saying that you're Farsi because you're from Iran, but I've never heard a
No,
person,
no.
I've never heard a
Mhm.
person from Iran ever say that they were from Iran. I've never heard the hard I.
No, no.
So
Yeah.
you're saying
Yeah.
that it's a
I'm
soft
not,
I.
yes, I'm not Persian. I'm not Iranian. I'm from Iraq with a Q, the
Yes,
neighboring country.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So,
Okay.
um,
What was healthcare like? But you
and
left
I
too,
just
you
want,
left too
yes.
young. You left Iraq too young, so you don't know what the healthcare was like there, right?
I left Iraq when I was about 10 years old,
Okay.
a few years after the U.S. invaded us. So,
Oh, wow.
also, yeah. So I wouldn't say it was, you know, in Canada, there's a lot of Iraqi doctors. The pharmacist is Iraqi, the doctors, dentists.
Okay.
Iraq is, you know, is pretty, like, Iraqi doctors are known to be good.
Okay.
Just kind of like in the States, I feel like a lot of the good doctors are usually Indian or Bangladeshi, something from that area. In
African.
these countries like Jordan and Iraq, African as well. We're kind of, our doctors are kind of known to be good.
Okay.
But I don't think that, I don't think it was bad. It just wasn't. I mean, we don't end up with thousands of dollars of medical bills, so that's, I guess, a good part.
Yeah. You know, Sherry, hold on for just a moment. We're going to take your call in just 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay. I'm trying to keep the calls at 10 minutes and under. All right. So another question for you, Nadim. What do you still have family in Iraq?
I don't.
You don't.
My grandparents are in Jordan, and my mother is in Belgium.
What was it that made you move around so much? Was it were you just trying to find a home?
Well, because of the nature, you know, you realize that I traveled a lot of places, and
Yeah.
it was because of the nature of my dad's job.
Oh, okay. So it
He
wasn't
worked,
because you were
he-
displaced.
Yeah, no, it wasn't because I was displaced.
Okay.
I was displaced around 2005, 2006. But once my dad got, he works in
You don't have to
the
tell
embassy.
us if you don't have to tell us if you know
Yeah,
that
it's
might.
okay. It's no
Okay.
big deal. It's okay. But yeah, he works in an embassy. I'm not rich. We're not rich.
Okay.
But that's why we traveled every few years. The embassy would send you to a new country. So that's why I ended up traveling.
Got
But
you,
the
got you,
States
got you.
and Canada is separate because you know I'm already grown up now.
Okay, got you. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for sharing. So, so right now you're in Canada. So, what's the word that you have for Canadians right now?
Canadians, like a positive message, or
I'm
sorry,
just
I didn't
asking. I'm
hear
just asking
Canadian.
people what is the word that they have for the people of their country. So, whatever it is that you feel you want to share right now for the people of your country, what do you want to share?
We're hanging in there. We're getting our $2,000 monthly starting tomorrow. We're going to be able to apply for that. And I think we're all very thankful that we live in Canada, because we see across the border in the States how horrible the situation is, and we do feel very bad for all of you. And we just hope that anybody could develop a vaccine very soon so that we can all get rid of this virus.
You getting $2,000 a month?
Yes, starting tomorrow. Translates to 1,400 in US dollars. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be able to apply for that. Not everybody can get it, but majority. Like if you're not able to work, if you're sick, if you can't work, I guess. I'm going to see if I can qualify tomorrow.
Well.
For the next 4 months. Yeah, for the next 4 months, $2,000 a month.
Got you. All right. Well, you know what? Thank you for calling in and giving us your feedback. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tonya. Thank you for taking my call. I do appreciate it.
Okay. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, Cherie, if you're still around, the phone lines are open. So it's 323-488. 323-488-3149. Okay? 323-488-3149. Phone lines are open. And my touch screen is acting up, so I'm not able to do what I need to do. $2,000 a month sounds good, because in the United States, they're talking about giving some people $1,200 one time. I don't really know how that is going to pan out here, and I don't really know who is going to get it, honestly. If we have to really kind of... So, Cherie, the phone lines are open. I see you still talking in the chat. I see you still talking in the chat. So 323-488-3149. The phone line is open. Phone line open, child. All right. Can one of my admins put that person in timeout, please? The person who's speaking derogatorily in German, if you could put that person in timeout so that they're not distracting, that would be great. Thank you. I'm having some touchscreen issues over here. All right. So, Cherie, we're waiting for you because we're almost at the 2.5-hour mark now, but I know you've been trying to get through for a while. So come on. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of that for me, admin. Miss Pink Secrets did that. Thank you. All right. You hear that? Kung Fu. While our commander-in-chief is attempting to sow division and all of that. Well, while Cherie is addressing a person who is solely looking for attention, Cherie should be on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving this is what I'm saying. We need to realize where we focus our attention, because there's so many of you who mail me videos that you don't want people to see. So why are you sharing a video you don't want people to see? It's like when you share it, you're giving it shine, you're promoting it. So now we're waiting for Cherie, who they said is getting someone together, but forget that person. Instead of coming onto the phone and speaking with me, you addressing a person who doesn't deserve your attention in the comments, a person who is now on timeout. So let's go forward. Because then I don't want people to be like, oh, I tried calling in, and then, so come now. I hope you all have been staying active at home. I'm going to be buying some Boston paid $3,000 a month for rent. Does it see? It's real out there in these streets. I'm gonna be buying some workout gloves so that I can do some pull-ups. Because pull-ups, you can do a full body workout with just pull-ups alone. Well, core and arms, and then you could go do your squats and lunges afterwards. So, what's happening, chérie? Mon chéri? I know, right? What's the chéri? Mon chéri? Well, listen, it's been wonderful speaking with you all today. It's been a wonderful broadcast. I appreciate you all coming out. Make sure that you are subscribed to this page. Make sure that you support yourself and me by getting your self-love affirmations workbook. There's a call coming in. Let's screen it real quick. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Hi. Oh, hi. Okay, hold on. Let me put you on. Okay, we have Kay Stupendous on the air. Hi, Kay. How can we help you?
I just want to say hello. I'll be waiting for Sherry to come in, so I want to say hello real fast, quickly.
You got to turn down your computer because there's echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you on my TV.
Okay, yeah, you got to turn it down. What does it look like on the TV? I bet you can see lots of details depending on the size of the TV.
I can see you very clearly.
Oh, can you?
But yeah, I didn't want anything besides to say hello. I mean, I did want to know how people are coping with the layoffs and everything, because everybody's different. But I wasn't sure if you were about to talk about that or not.
Oh, sure. How are you? Are you laid off? Are you working? Laid on or laid off?
Well, I drive the military base as a cab driver, and since the virus is out there, I'm not able to go on base like that. I mean, they're not able to come off base, so we can't make any money. So I give my cab back until it picks up. But I was
Oh,
able to stay at home.
okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So that was your sole source of income?
Primarily, I mean,
Hold on, admins,
it's
I need you
okay.
to do your job, admins, please. So was it your main source of income?
Yeah, it was, but
You know
it's all right
something,
because I have money saved up
admins, can you put
just in case.
no name in timeout as well? Because we do not feed the trolls. If there's anybody in here is trolling and you tag them and you call their name and you bring attention to them, please, automatic timeout. I'm not, how many times do I have to say, stop feeding the trolls? Come on. Sorry, Keith, go ahead.
It's okay. I understand. Um, but yeah, since the virus has come along, the basic they're not letting the students off base. The base is just for military students, and they go places. Since the virus has come along, they're not letting them go off base, so we can't make any money.
Oh, I'm so
So
sorry.
if I keep my van and owe the cab owner money, or just keep getting my van back, so I can get the van back until it picks up.
Okay. So wait, the van was yours or you were renting it or you had bought it?
Oh, as a cab driver, we lease our vehicles. I was in the process of getting my own van to stop all that, but it didn't get that far because the virus came along and stopped my process. It's okay. It's all good.
Okay, so what is plan B? What is plan B?
Oh, plan B. I have no choice but to wait until the virus is over with and to get my own vehicle. While waiting, I have been applying for the small business grants they have, or they're offering to us.
Okay.
I do own a small business, and I am affected by it. And they claim they're going to give us $2,000 advances. What is happening?
So, okay. So you know what? I heard about small business loans, but I didn't know that there were grants. So who's offering these grants?
Well, they're calling it advances. The SBA only gives us money in forms of loans. Even though it's free money, they still call it a loan.
So it's a grant, but they're calling it a loan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only the SBA only operates in terms of giving out loans. So even though it's forgiven or it's free, it's still called a loan.
Okay, well that's cool. That means that I'm gonna have to hit up the SBA then.
Right. I applied for. I have two businesses registered. I did both of them just in case one don't whatever for some reason come through, but I did both of them.
Okay, cool. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Well, you know what? We appreciate that. So where are you? You're in Florida right now. Are you still in Florida?
I'm still in Florida.
All right. So what's the word that you have for Floridians?
Just stay safe, and hopefully through all this, we learn to be more prepared for unexpected events.
Okay, I know that's right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Keith.
Thank you. It was the privilege today.
All right. You too. Bye-bye. Okay, so wasn't Sherry the person that said that she wanted to call in, but it was 12 p.m. and she was gonna go to bed? Wasn't that Sherry? Okay, well, Sherry, we're waiting for you now. We waiting for you now, child. Has anybody out there ever bought that home soda maker where you are able to carbonate your own water and juices at home? Has anybody bought that? Because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about seeing about one of those. All right, so phone lines are open 323-488-3149. We're taking one more phone call in from Sherry, and then after that, we're going to be done for the day. I appreciate you all coming out. So your roommate has one and she briefly uses it. You know, that's the thing. When you get something, you never really know whether or not you're going to use it or not use it. You know what I mean? It's like, you never really know. But if there's something that you find yourself using or drinking a lot of, then I'd say chance it. Like I bought a kettle, a popcorn kettle, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use the popcorn kettle when I first got it. Okay, so Sherry, are you on my Facebook page? You know, in all of this time that Sherry, between the time that Sherry said that she was going to call in and now, in all of this time, she hasn't worked out how she's going to call in. Look at my face. I hope my face expresses to you exactly how we feel about that. That after all of this time, you still over here wondering how you're going to call? Are you on my Facebook page? Have you sent me a friend request already? Okay. So I'm going to my messenger. I don't see any message from anyone by the name of Cherie. You got to be better prepared, Cherie. What's going on? I'm going to jump off of here because this person had so much opportunity while they were writing back and forth in the comments, had so much opportunity to prepare. On that note, listen, thank you all for coming out. You all know I typically don't like to broadcast for more than an hour, but after 2 hours, my energy just starts to go down. Here we go. I am happy to be able to add a permanent block for this person so that this person can get what it is that they need from being blocked. All right. Okay, so let me see. Here we go. So Cherie, I just accepted your friend request. So now we're waiting. Let me refresh. Thank you for calling in, Keith. We appreciate you. It's been a while since we've spoken. I don't remember you having such a strong Southern accent. Here we go. All right. So, all right, Cherie, I accepted your friend request. Let's see. I don't see. Let me see if I can find you here. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, Cherie. I had to do
hello.
too much work for all of this.
Oh my God, it's really nice to finally speak to you.
Well, I don't like to work too hard. It's nice to talk to you too. So what's the deal, Cherie? Is it Cherie or Cherry?
It's Cherie. Cherie.
Okay, so I was pronouncing it right, I think.
Yeah, you was Cherie. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So Cherie, what is it that you were calling to talk about today?
I was just calling to say hello. And also I wasn't arguing with people in the chat. I was just trying to, set a few people straight. And also to do with, I can clear up the situation if you want, regarding Boris and the Conservatives.
Okay.
Because the previous caller said we didn't vote for him. So on the one hand, she is correct, because we had a new leader who was made to be the prime minister of the current party. But then we had a general election. So people actually went out to the streets, and they voted in Boris Johnson. So he is legally, our prime minister, and he was kind of voted in by the general public. Not everybody voted for him, obviously, but yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have too much to say. It was just to say hello, and I have been watching. I think we've all been watching Trump on a daily basis, and his announcements regarding Corona.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, because I'm not American, but I've been to the States like a lot of times. I've been to New York. I was in New York back in March, and I think it's shocking for the rest of the world to kind of to see America, because as far as I was concerned, you guys had loads of money. So it's shocking to see that nurses and all of these people who need to kind of have masks, have gloves, and not getting the equipment that they need. But we're struggling here as well, but we don't have as many deaths as of yet, because most people are staying inside. But the next 2 weeks, we'll need to see, because more people are getting the virus and more people are dying. It's terrible, but and also I think with Britain, in terms of like the racial element, we're seeing mainly white people being impacted by Corona, whereas in the States I think it's a bit more mixed, or I'm seeing lots of black people dying. I don't understand why that's the case.
Okay. Well, I think that we are under biological warfare right now, and I don't believe that this virus has gotten to all of the countries that it's gotten to by accident. I believe that this is something that has been launched. So America is a very racist country, and of course, if you're going to launch it, you're going to try to launch it against the people who you want to see exterminated. So that's my personal belief. However, in England, wait, why is your accent so different than the other person who called in from England? Yours sounds more like the people in movies.
No, I think with England, it's the same with America. You have different accents. I went to a posh school, so I probably speak slightly posher, but I'm not a posh person at all. But yeah, there's a billion different accents, but I think you guys probably only hear like one or two. I think you hear the extreme English people speaking, or maybe the Cockneys.
Okay.
But there's loads of different accents. But yeah, we do sound different. We sound similar, but we do sound different.
Okay. Can you do any other accents?
Can
you do a Brummie? Can you do a Brummie accent?
No. I've got quite a few friends from, but beaming.
You're so silly. You're so silly.
People from Birmingham get really annoyed that Southerners or Londoners are always taking the piss out of their accents. I've got family from Birmingham, and they're beaming, so pounds. I can't do it, but they just sound funny.
You're so silly. Got you. Somebody wants to know if you can do a Scottish accent. So random. Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah. It's well, you say the name of the place in the accent. Scottish.
Isn't it
like New York? I remember when I was in New York in March, I was kind of walking behind people. I'm trying to listen to the accent, and it was like, yeah, New York. But yeah, that's appalling. But
oh gosh, why you have to say it with so much aggression? New York.
Because that's what you see in the films. And even when you talk, you got that kind of New York. I can't do it, but.
Yes.
If I hadn't met you, but I just heard your accent, I would think, yeah, she's from New York.
Of course, I am from New York.
I know.
Of course. Okay, Keith is begging for you to say stupendous. Now you're the pony show.
Stupendous.
Yes, he just wanted you to say stupendous. Are you happy now, Keith? All right. So listen, truthfully,
Sure.
What is the situation on the ground like in England?
So we're getting daily updates. I think, what was the last update? I think the last update was around, we've gone over 2,000 deaths now.
Wow.
But on the more sinister side is there's like a massive exhibition centre that normally hosts lots of different events.
Mm-hmm.
They've turned it into like a makeshift hospital,
mm-hmm.
which is going to have 4,000 beds and ventilators. So they're expecting to fill this space with 400 people being sick.
Okay.
They've also got temporary morgues being set up and established. There's one in Birmingham Airport. So they're going to use part of the airport to be a morgue.
Oh wow.
There's something else happening in Wanstead, another makeshift morgue.
Okay.
And there's another place towards the north of the country, again, there's some type of makeshift morgue. So at the moment, there's just over 2,000 deaths, but as much as we're being told, I don't feel like we're being told the real story, because why do you need so many beds? It's quite scary, but I'm not paying too much attention to the news. I've pretty much tuned out.
Yeah.
I'm being safe. I'm doing the social distancing stuff. If I need to go out, I've got a mask on. I passed by my aunt today just to kind of catch up to see how she is, but I didn't go in. I was still talking to her from outside the window.
Exactly, like Oprah.
So I'm keeping my distance, you know.
Oh, you know what? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this guy? This bloke. What are your thoughts on this bloke, Idris?
I've gone right off him. I don't like him anymore. There's lots of reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the reasons is if you're been diagnosed with this disease, why is your wife all up in your face? Why is she with you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why you couldn't separate for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And the worst part about it is that, well, you know what? Actually, you know what? Would he have only needed to quarantine for 2 weeks?
So the message here is anybody who is suspected of having any symptoms needs to be quarantined for a minimum of 2 weeks, because they're saying it takes 2 weeks to kind of go through your system and for you to become like really sick if you're going to get sick.
Okay.
So that's what they're saying with the Prime Minister. So he has to be quarantined for 2 weeks, as well as to help somebody else who's got suspected coronavirus. Again, quarantine for 2 weeks. because at the end of 2 weeks, if you're sick, basically it'll be obvious. So he would have been told. I don't know if he's in the UK or if he's in America.
Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to do a follow-up video on it, because there are people who don't understand why it's so severe, why I was so harsh with him. I just saw somebody inside of the chat room say that almost 10,000 people in the US have died, and I didn't believe that was true. I just Googled it. And it says that
sounds about right.
9.6 thousand deaths in the United States. 3,000 people died from 9/11. And here we are at almost 10,000 deaths.
Yeah. And the UK is a population of 60 million, and we're at 2,000 so far. So for 9,010, that sounds about right for you guys.
Yeah, so 2,000 is a lot for a country with only 60 million people in it. That's a lot. Because if you have 60, how many times does 60 go into 300? 5 times? So 6 times 5 is 30. Come on. 6 times 5 is 30. So 60 will go into 300 5 times. So we're talking about, so we're about on par.
Well, they're building all these, they're building the temporary morgues, they're building a big temporary hospital to support the hospitals we already have. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Wow, this is insane. This has touched everybody. You know what? I appreciate you coming out and speaking. This is definitely something that is very, very, very concerning. This is a lot of people. We're talking about 10,000 people. That's a lot. And so you're asking why they're building, they're building it so that they could have enough space for people. So how are the cases increasing in England? Are they increasing heavily? Are they down? Is it slowing down? What's happening?
It hasn't slowed down, not yet. I think a couple of days ago it seemed to have stabilized, and then yesterday they announced that we've had at least 2,000 deaths in total. So it's increasing. So they are definitely, they're getting prepared for much worse, for much more people. And at the moment we have free healthcare, so I don't really understand the American system. So I've had like 2 operations, and it was just, I got my appointment, I had my operations, you stayed in hospital for a few days and you go home. There's no exchange can I have your insurance documents? None of that. You pay a small amount via taxes and that's it. But the NHS hospitals are becoming overwhelmed by people who have symptoms.
Oh, wow. Got you. So they're
Yeah,
trying to
it's a
find a
problem.
place for people to be seen who don't have symptoms, but it doesn't make any sense, because you could have corona and not have symptoms. So it's like, this is a very, 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 very toxic, deadly virus. But listen, so we've been on for almost 13 minutes, and so I appreciate you reaching out, Cherie. Thank you.
That's fine. I miss your Africa vlogs. I really do miss them. But maybe end of the year you'll be back at some point.
You think people are going to be traveling this year for some dirty December?
I was hoping like maybe December, end of the year.
You realize that half of this year is already done, right? We are talking about 8 months until December right now. That's what we're talking about.
I know. I'm trying to be optimistic. But yeah,
and then also
next year.
Yeah, and then so listen, one of my concerns is Africa is so populated and people are so close together. I think that this is really going to wake people up. I hope that this wakes people up to the importance of good government, the importance of transparent government, the importance of getting out there and getting the vote. I've been volunteering and making phone calls for Bernie Sanders because there's still a chance for him, because he's the only person that's really, really, really talking about having a plan that he's stood by for decades. Anybody else who's talking about universal health care has only since come up with this since Bernie has come out with it, because nobody wanted us to have free health care except for Bernie. I just think that it is important for us to really get out and vote. And this situation, and the crazy part about it is, even during my political, my phone calls, campaigning and volunteering, there's still people out there who are Trump supporters.
Do you know what? It's not it's, most of the world views America as completely mad when it comes to healthcare. Because when we talk about, we talk about the first world, the third world, America is the only first world nation in the world that does not have free healthcare. And it's, people go on about, oh, it's socialism, it's this. It's not. It's a basic, fundamental human right. Everybody should have free healthcare. But yet, Americans are quick to dismiss, Africa and Africans. But they probably have better healthcare than a lot of you guys have in the States. So just before Corona kicked off, I was in South Africa. I went to Cape Town, I went to Johannesburg, and people were talking about Corona, but it wasn't really, it hadn't really kind of taken off as it is now. And when I arrived in the airport in Johannesburg, I had my temperature taken, and I was told to clean my hands. We were going into restaurants, and obviously we were foreigners. We were told, could you please sanitize your hands? So even before it kicked off, it was like, they had a kind of, okay, this is something that's out there, and we need to try and contain it.
Yeah, well, you know what? From what I've seen, so for those of you who don't know, the World Health Organization has a WhatsApp app program. It acts like a group on your phone, or like a contact, and you type in a number and it gives you the daily numbers. It gives you whatever information that you need to know about COVID, and it comes directly from the WHO, from the World Health Organization. So for those of you out there who are watching, get your WhatsApp WHO app on. Just Google it. Google WHO COVID WhatsApp, and then get that, and then stay up to date. When I looked at it, South Africa was really having a very hard time with COVID. So they're having a hard time. And when I mentioned my concern for African nations, not because they don't have good health care, but because they are so communal, so family oriented, and there's so many people who are visiting one another, and who, because you have the extended family, and you have a lot of people who are among one another.
I hear you, but it's like they're trying, though. They are trying.
No, I'm sure there's amazing. Listen, because there are people. Because you know what, this for many people, we've known for a long time that America is not the pinnacle when it comes to a lot of different things. So there are people who go to Thailand to get their dental work. There are people who go to Mexico to get their dental work. There are people who get their surgeries in the Dominican Republic. There are people who get their surgeries in Thailand. They have complete gender reassignment surgeries that are affordable in Thailand. They call them girly boys, something like that. In Thailand. What are they called in Thailand? Girly boys or boy? They must be called girly boys. Because it's not going to be boy girls. So girly boys, they have a lot of transgender people, because the surgery is renowned in Thailand. So it's like, this is really exposing. So you know how people have secrets in their family? And so America has been lady boys. That's what they're called, lady boys. Thank you.
That's it, yes.
And you know what? And I'm giving you all the side eye about how you know that. So yes, I'm giving you all the side eye. I came with that real quick too. So yeah, so they have the lady boys out in Thailand, and because the surgery is renowned. So you know how people have secrets in their family?
Yeah.
America's dirty secret has been that we are toothless, ignorant, broke,
gun holding.
Now that part is true. Gun toting, swine eating ignoramuses. We think, you know what, this thing has really, I don't know what, but this COVID thing has really touched me in a special way, because I just feel like, I look at the leaders, the ancient, decrepit, old white male leaders of this country, and it makes me feel a certain way about all of the Caucasian people who have skated by on the color of their skin, and not really had to really be excellent, but just be considered beautiful, be considered pure, consider themselves to have prowess, smarts, and all of this other stuff. Like, imagine the gall of these dumb mother effers in this country holding up brown-skinned children at the border thinking that they are nothing people, when you don't know who's the next brilliant scientist in a cage, in a child cage at the border. So it's like they think that their non-melanated skin gives them some sort of prowess, and it really doesn't. It's like, I believe that this is really going to open up a lot of people's eyes. I believe that this is going to open up a lot of people's eyes to the fact that America is the creepy uncle. All right, let me stop. Go ahead, Sherry, go ahead.
No. But you know, but British people are crazy too. Yeah,
you know what? Listen, I don't doubt that, because England was the country that kicked off colonialism. England's hands are not clean. So when I see
Tonya,
what
this is the reason why my family are in Britain anyway, because of this whole colonial so-called empire bullshit. You know, this is why I'm here today. So you know, and the British people, a lot of white British people do not know their history. They don't know their history. Like, it's like a complete like mental block. And even when like a lot of white British people talk about racism, in their minds, racism is an American problem. They don't see British white people as being, no, we're not racist, we're not racist. The difference is, I think here, it's much more institutionalized, and you know, racism here is probably a bit more polite, whereas in America, I feel like you guys are, it's obvious that you're being racist. Whereas here, it's a lot more undercover.
Yes,
so
which is worse. Because I actually spoke with, because you know, since I've been interviewing all of these African men in diaspora, you know, I've come across a bloke or two who has spoken to me about racism in the UK and how insidious it is. Because
and it impacts black men much more than it does black women. So, you know, for example, I've never had an issue with the police. I've been stopped by the police, but they let me go. It wasn't an issue. But you know, I remember talking to one of my cousins, and he said, "Oh, if I had been stopped by the police, I was going down a one-way road. I knew what I was doing, but it was a shortcut. It was dark. There was no cars about, but I got caught by the police." And my cousin said, if it was him in that situation, it would have been completely different.
Yeah.
So a black man's journey and a black woman's journey, not to say that we have a perfect ride, because we don't, but we don't have that drama a lot of the time from the police.
Yeah.
So, you know, as a black woman, and also the police here don't carry guns. So
really?
I've never had this. Yeah, we don't have guns. We have armed police, but the regular police do not carry guns.
Do you all hear this? The regular police do not carry guns in England. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
They're police by consent. That's not to say they don't beat people up and attack people, but there's no guns. So there's never this threat of, oh, I'm going to get shot by the police.
Hey, listen, I have to jump out of here. I'm so sorry. I just realized I'm late for an appointment that I had. Oh, I feel so bad.
No, it's fine. I need to go to bed. It's like after 12 a.m. here.
Okay, well, go ahead to bed. We'll talk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll catch up again another day. Thank you.
Definitely. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, so listen, I have to jump out of here. I just realized I'm late for an appointment that I had. I was invited to a party that started already. I got to get out of here. Let me turn off the phone lines. All right, thank you all for coming out. Use this time to say your goodbyes right now, because by the time I turn off the phone lines, I'm going to be jumping out of here. Oh my goodness. Where's my, okay. All right. Goodness. I can't believe this. I just was not, because we've been on here all day. All right. Let me jump out. Oh. All right. Thank you all for coming out and quarantining and chilling with me. We've been on, this was the longest broadcast ever at 3 hours, and I will see you all in the next video. All right. Peace.